Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, and welcome back everybody.
Hi!
Hello.
Hey!
Alright.
Hi.
So we got Brenny the Dragon Slayer in chat, who apparently is also Zombie and Paula from our community server.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Okay,
didn't realize they were the same person until they posted about that earlier.
No, yeah, okay, got it.
But yeah, cheering you guys on for the big day today. We'll see how it goes and how far we get. But
we might not even get to the fight today.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm worried
If
about.
there even is going to be a fight, like
Everybody's going about so slowly.
freaking Chauncey's
For all we know, it can
making
be
me second think.
Now let's just take every moment slowly
Oh,
and not get to the fight today and just set up and then get to the fight next week.
Chauncey's like seriously making me second think my own intel.
I mean, logically, it makes sense.
whoa.
It's just it is what it is.
I think I might have missed that part.
There was a whole conversation when I think we were all deciding what we were going to do. It was like Chauncey's like, what if he doesn't even show up? I'm like, he's going to show up probably, maybe, I don't know.
Like my what I specified last episode was that we're gonna go over here. It's gonna be a ruse. They're gonna end up attacking us at the camp. That's what the idea was, and that Walker's not even gonna be there. Either way.
Interesting theory.
Oh yeah,
Well, I'll have to
that's
see.
why we had that right. That's why we had people staying back at the camp too as well.
Mm-hmm.
On any event,
Just a bit.
speaking of Chauncey, also was a quick retcon from last week. Chauncey had left his magnums to get upgraded with. I think we had you talk to Quentin, but that would more so be the domain of Clyde. But in either case, the magnums I gave them an inspection can't actually be upgraded any further in terms of their plus bonuses. So,
Whoops.
quick retcon: Chauncey still has his magnums. He would have known that before he gave them away. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's true. It's like, hey, make these better. They're literally as good as they can get.
I
Given
mean,
all she's got, Captain.
what's better that I'm holding two magnums that are useful, but at a weaker stance than what I thought I was gonna get, or would it have been better to not have them and hope that I got upgrade to them? Yeah, no, it's.
Hope's
I'm
not
fine
going to
with
shoot
it
any.
later.
Schrodinger's magnums.
All right. So, that being said,
Yeah, you can't shoot anything with hope.
without further ado, let's get into tonight's episode. The 90th episode. We're 10 away from the centennial episode, man.
Yeah.
Eat.
So, previously on Resident Roleplay, after returning to Camp Clancy and reuniting with Mr. G, Allie had recruited some Foxtrot 2 members and confronted the rogue manifold android in your possession, Enyo. As part of the altercation, Enyo reduced Allie to ash with her newly discovered laser blast and entered a brief skirmish with Foxtrot 2 as Mr. G, Katara, and Kevin arrived to intervene. Chauncey also arrived and set his guns on both parties to end the fight. You then began a series of interviews to piece together the order of events and get everyone's input, while also mourning the loss of Allie. In the end, you decided that Enyo could stay and continue to aid in the ongoing battle against the Manifold, and made it clear that Foxtrot 2 should take no further action without express permission. You then repaired the camp's surveillance system and conducted AACT research, from which you learned of the powerful upgrades you can create with an Archaea blood sample. You set Dr. Downing to work on the AACT-G virus antidote for the outbreak in Guadalajara, but failed to concoct an AACT formula for Katara. Also, you finally powered up the Ares exosuit, which you had taken from the Manifold, and Chauncey brought it out for a spin while bonding with Enyo as an example for his troops. But then you boarded your stolen Harpy 7 jet, set a course for Langley, where, according to your intel, the Manifold plans to attack the CIA headquarters the very next day. So, that's where we left off.
Allegedly.
Late in the night, the Harpy 7, piloted by Mr. G, makes its way across the East Coast skies, bound for Virginia. So it's pretty late into the night at this point. But you all have a moment if you would like to have any conversations. Otherwise, we could fast forward.
Is there enough time to get a short rest or a long rest in?
Definitely not.
I don't know if the... Yeah, because we're only going a couple states away, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so was that a yes or no?
No.
No.
Yeah. Not
Okay, I just... You
can get
started to
short
say it and it cut out. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Well, we already took a long rest right before we left, right?
Yeah,
Or-
you guys had a long rest. Well, the day before.
Wait, no,
you
we left that night.
Yeah, you
You
guys
left
left
that
in the
night, right.
evening.
So the next long
I've been
rest we
resting
take-
all 2 whole days. I'm still struggling to get enough sleep.
Yeah. I think the next long rest we're going to actually be able to get is at Langley. Because I think
Yeah.
this is the night/morning of the day it's meant to be attacked.
Well, it's
I think,
meant to be
right?
attacked the next day. It's currently May the 6th.
Exactly. So this is the night/morning that we're going to be traveling to. Take the rest there, and then when we wake up, we'll be ready to. Well,
So-
I don't know anymore. Now I'm thinking about it.
Fill me in more on the details of what you've uncovered.
Well, it was just like a file that I found with just the dates of planned attacks, and the next one was Langley, May 7th.
Was there any other attacks that were on that docket that?
Nothing we hadn't already seen. That was the.
But it proved that it was within timeline. That the other ones were effective attacks or attacks that they had done.
What do you mean within timeline?
Like, so they showed that they were, like, let's say the attack on Camp Clancy was mentioned, as well as the attack on the BSAA headquarters and all that stuff, and like all the city states that are under attack currently are all on that timeline, and this was next in line.
Yeah, this was just the next one.
Okay.
And I don't remember seeing anything after it. Or
This is all going down in character.
oh. Yeah, that's the last one that I saw. May 7th. Attack on Langley.
I hope you're right.
I hope they're on time.
I hope they show their face.
If it's the same scope as the ones that you said he showed his face at, you'll be there.
Was there any details besides the
Just dates.
date? No details of how they were planning on the attack, huh?
Not at the place that I was at, because the only area that I went through, I think, was just like a labs area, and basically, I think I just looked at a memo as opposed to the actual strategy. I wasn't in like their war room. I was only able to run through a pretty sectioned off area of the actual whole building before I got chased out of there with guns.
Oh, okay.
before I escaped.
Kevin speaks up. He's thinking for
Barely.
a second.
Barely escaped.
Wait a minute. Do they know you saw those documents?
I don't think so. They know that I escaped. Next time they saw me, I just started running for them.
Okay. They know you escaped, and did anyone that you know of see you read those documents?
Again, I was able to get the labs that I was at. I was able to sneak about a tiny bit. The room that I found it in was empty, but by the time some more guards had come around, I just started running for it.
Security cameras.
Shoot. No idea.
Kevin,
I didn't look for security cameras. My guess is they probably have security cameras everywhere, is my assumption. I can't verify whether they know that I know or not.
Kevin just groans. Excuse me. Kevin just groans and he says, "Seriously?
I was under a lot of stress.
Come on, G. I mean, I know you were under stress, but you're an expert. You should know to do these things."
Yeah, I should have just ran out. I nearly died trying to get out because I stayed to look through some of those rooms.
Kevin, he looks like he wants to say more, but he can't really fault you for it.
Just say what you gotta say, I know.
You're a moron.
Hey, that was too much.
Okay, fine. Sorry, but it was pretty stupid.
Kevin's internal monologue.
I would like to see you do better.
Hey, look.
I think he was... Wait, I think she was talking to Kevin there.
Yeah, that was to Kevin.
Oh. Yeah.
What about you, Tin Can? No. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit stressed.
Yes, Kevin? What about me?
He just sighs deeply and sort of rubs the side of his head with 2 fingers. Never mind.
Kevin, we're all under a lot of stress. I think, calling people names is probably not the best thing right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially when one of them just vaporized somebody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just maybe, if you're gonna point some blame or point some names, maybe not the biggest weapon we have on the ship.
And out of character, yes, it... yeah, never mind.
Oh, yeah. So
Kevin just shakes his head and he's like, let's just focus on what we're doing here.
Exactly. So here's the thing about Langley. If it does get attacked, obviously, Langley's going to have some measures in place. Depending on where you're at, this might be more of a issue than others. But in the event of a full-scale invasion, which has never happened before, so I don't know how rusty some of these systems are, the place is supposed to go into a full lockdown. I can get through the areas pretty easily. He just raises his arm and shows his watch. He's like, I've got the credentials to pretty much have free reign of the facilities. But if we ever get separated, you guys are gonna have to know how to get through some of these areas. There's every door is blocked or is locked with a combination. There's the codes for them change every day, but it should be fairly easy to figure out what the actual code is if you know what the cipher is to decrypt them.
Kevin nods slowly. Okay, I'm good with technology.
This is pen and paper. Old school CIA stuff.
Oh.
Well, the pads are obviously they're electronic, but the decoding is something we were all taught when we first got into Langley.
I see.
Most of us still use it when we're on the field, but I never had a chance or never had a need to. But if you guys need to move within the facility and you don't have me around, and there's a lockdown, you're gonna need to know this specific cipher. And he's going to basically pull out his phone and just start typing away. He's like,
set the bird for autopilot and just
I've set it on cruise control. He's like, If I tell you it once, it's not going to be too. You're not going to remember. I'm going to set it down in text. That way you all can have it.
All right, so you take some time
And
to
Chauncey.
hammer out a message.
Chauncey, don't worry. I'm also sending this one to you.
Good luck. I ain't got a phone.
Broken.
Yeah.
All right. I need you to pull up with Kevin.
Okay, Kevin holds his phone up next to Chauncey.
And he's going to be typing out for a while.
Hmm.
It's going to take him a while to actually do the full message for the.
Did everybody get the file
there it is.
on Roll20?
I did.
Okay, just making sure.
A V generis square.
Oh, it's one of these. Oh,
Oh boy, this is.
I know exactly what this.
I don't.
My brain hurts.
And while you're all looking at that, Mr. G is just like, all right, I think that should be everything.
Oh, no.
Hey, what?
Oh yeah.
Call me up if you ever need it. If you need a walkthrough of it.
So Katara's like, oh,
I am so screwed.
this is. She's like, this is a lot, but I think I can manage. Maybe. I like things like this.
This is just in case you get separated.
Wait,
If you're with me, we walk through the doors, no problem.
Opus to make
But-
convert to click.
Is that Nuria just reading through it?
Yeah.
It's a very real possibility that I might literally die in the first wave. I guess actually if I do die in the first wave, I'm giving you permission to cut my hand off and take my watch.
Oh,
Agreed.
so what
Which,
is neat?
by the way, you're gonna have to cut my hand off. This watch doesn't come off.
Okay, that's morbid.
All right, so in the meantime,
Is it up on the stream? The cipher?
Hold on, let me get it up on the stream.
Divisioneer cipher or Divisioneer square. For those
see.
playing along at home.
Yeah. Let me get this wider. There we go. Yeah, so this is what the players are looking at.
But he would be basically he would be typing that out for the duration of the flight, for the last duration of the
Wait, are these specific to each individual?
Nope.
Ron tells me a lot of Chauncey stuff. Like, is this specific? Wait, no. So mine would be. I'd be looking at what Kevin says, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're looking
He just
over.
sent one message.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering if it's specific because mine says a lot of Chauncey stuff in it. Unless he sent this text to Kevin to show to me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're saying? Okay. So then Kevin sees mine. All right, Kevin, this is what mine says.
You don't have a phone.
Well, no, he's got my text, right?
Yes.
Oh, he sent one text to everybody.
Oh, okay, so, like, you literally picked me out of everybody to keep saying, hey, here you go.
Mr. G did yes.
Okay. Damn it, Mr. G.
Hey, I've seen meatheads like you try to go through academy. It's the same time every time.
Meatheads, I already got this. I got this memorized. You don't know what I've been through. Remember that USB that you failed to acquire?
Even the USB that I watched you take and hope that Mr. Fox would give me the go ahead to take your head.
That's what you wished.
I got it.
obviously You didn't.
Out of character, I figured it out.
Oh yes,
Success!
I actually don't have to be another referee for this. Then actually, I can because me and Raph did a collaboration on this specific thing. Obviously, I wrote this because I'm a really big fan of ciphers. If needed, Mr. G could have helped with stuff, but I know the answers to all of them.
We should have done Sudoku. I know this. We're good.
I am also a Sudoku hobbyist. I can get you some pretty crazy Sudokus if you wanted me as well.
All right. So in the meantime,
but yeah, this would have taken him just because typing out that entire grid probably took him to the entire length of the rest of the flight into Langley.
All right,
because he literally had to type out the alphabet 28 times.
Well, you would have had that. You would have had that image on file probably. Just
maybe.
Have that
Is there a pen and paper on board though?
Probably.
I'm gonna take whatever pen and paper I can and jot that down, knowing that it's in the sequence. Once you get the first 2 lines, you kind of learn the grid.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna have it as a small little cheat sheet.
So yeah, technically the grid is in and of itself a bit of a cheat sheet. You can do a Visioneer cipher without the grid. You're just just counting
manually.
But just by counting numbers and letters. But this just makes it easy.
Mr. G is just when we learned it, I gotta memorize that shit. I can do it off the top of my head right now. Probably. Still, I don't know. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't used it in years.
All right. So as you all are parsing over that, the hours go by, and eventually you cross into Virginia airspace, and 8 miles from the nation's capital, in the midst of a dense forested region, you find a clearing. In that clearing is a large stretch of parking lot surrounding a massive complex of multiple long buildings that comprise the George Bush Center for Intelligence, better known informally as Langley, the CIA headquarters. After radioing ahead to signal your arrival, you are instructed to land your aircraft on a stretch of flat pavement between 2 sections of parking lot. As the Harpy 7 extends its landing gear and you come to a resting stop, the cargo doors lower and you are able to step out onto the ground. Awaiting you is a sort of thick, stocky man with short brown hair and a light stubble beard, dressed in a blue 3-piece business suit. And this man is flanked by a pair of armed agents. Mr. G, you recognize this man as Mr. A, one of your superiors.
Yep.
He greets you all as you all step off. He's just like, all right. Mr. G, good to see you back at Langley.
It's been too long.
Yeah, perhaps. Here the boss has a suit ready for you.
That's what I heard too. Can't wait to get my hands on it.
Alright, so what's the deal about this intel you have? You said there's a battle coming our way?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, I got captured by the man. Don't tell anybody I said that. And on my way out, happened to cross some documents. The next attack was scheduled to be here on the 7th.
You've already reported this all to Mr. Fox, I understand.
Of course. I mean, nothing gets told to that guy that he didn't already know, though.
Of course.
Except for maybe this. Maybe. You can never know.
It really is hard to be sure. He kind of looks around at the rest of you. He nods to Chauncey, just like, Director Clancy?
Sir?
Everybody, this is Mr. A, Mr. Fox's right-hand man.
Yeah. So, it's good to know we have the BSAA support. Should push come to shove, as the intel suggests.
I'm just hoping we can at least make it less of an assassination.
Hopefully. Is this everybody?
This is all we can muster to come up.
Not expecting anybody else?
Are you expecting anyone else?
Wasn't there two flights that came in?
Yeah, you do have another squad coming in a helicopter.
Oh, right, that's separate. We came in at separate times.
Yeah, they're
After?
a bit behind you. They'll
Okay.
be coming
Oh,
in
yeah,
later.
I think we do have one more heli on the way, and more BSAA, another BSAA squad, but that's it.
Well, the whole alphabet soup's been on high alert since, well, all of
Well,
this
it's
with
here.
the manifold has been going down. Right now, it's all hands on deck. Except for Mr. E, of course. Nobody ever sees him still.
I don't think he's real.
I'm fairly certain he is. Mr. Fox would have told me if he wasn't. That's about the extent of it.
I think he told you to tell me that.
It's quite possible. But everybody else is here. We've got
Shit,
quite the
man.
fighting force if we need it.
Fucking family reunion.
You could say that. That said, Mr. G, if you don't mind, I'd like to accompany you over to Mr. Q to get that suit of yours.
Oh, yeah.
As for the rest
Show
of you,
everyone else.
this is still a CIA facility, and without proper clearance, we're going to have to ask you to stay confined to the lobby and courtyard and cafeteria area of the NHB. That's this building over here. Any motions to the one that you guys are beside? It's a kind of long, there's this long 6-story building. It's actually a pair of buildings behind another one, and it's kind of sleek and modern in its design. It's got a sort of glass structure, and it has a low sort of main building at the center of these two office buildings, basically, these two office towers. And it's kind of got a round archway over the front doors. But he says, yeah, we'll need you all to stay confined to the lobby and courtyard and cafeteria areas of here, unless something goes down, in which case, well, naturally we'll need troops moving about the facility as needed wherever the fight goes. And also, as Enyo steps out of the vehicle, or if she does step out of the craft, would just be like,
Yeah, she does.
now what is that? You see the two agents at his side have their arms on their weapons.
My name is Enyo. An android designed by Elliot Walker.
I'm sorry, did she say Elliot Walker?
Damn right. I've been trying to train her to not say that, but I figured I wanted to see what she would say to you. She's quite the companion these days.
I'm sorry. There's something I should know about this?
Not really.
You've just been walking around with a manifold android? You don't think that's important?
Not to you.
Does Fox know about this?
Of course he does. Even if I didn't tell him, he'd know.
That thing isn't a threat?
Nope.
Like I said, all of you stay confined to the lobby and courtyard and cafeteria area. When is this?
And you.
Said this battle was slated for tomorrow?
Well, that's what they said. Don't know if they're gonna come early since apparently I'm unsure if they know that I know.
Oh, whatever the case is, we'll have everyone on high alert. Until then, it's business as usual.
Yeah.
Well, this area is always staffed or otherwise surveilled 24/7, so you all are welcome to stay overnight. Or get a hotel down in DC if you like. Probably be more comfortable, but it's up to you.
Mr. G looks at everybody, just kind of like a side eye, and he just like shakes his head. He's like, pricey.
What did you say?
Pricey.
Oh.
Alright then, if there's no further business that you all would like to discuss, Mr. G, shall we adieu?
Sure. Oh, Enyo. Keep watch over Chauncey.
She looks so. Was it?
Keep watch over Chauncey. I'm gonna be heading out.
Understood.
And he will follow Mr. A into the facility.
Alright. So you head into the NHB building, and the rest of you could follow as far as the lobby. You enter into there, but then G and A, as well as the two agents that are accompanying Mr. A, kind of stay behind and keep watch over
Do I know them?
They're not familiar to you.
Nah.
Just a couple of grunts. But they keep stay behind and give you the rest of the party a sort of tour of the limits of the areas y'all are confined to. But meanwhile, Mr. A takes Mr. G and heads off into the Directorate of Science and Technology, which is the easternmost office tower. And he takes you up to the second floor where you enter the laboratory. That large sort of sterile-looking space, the R&D department, or at least the R&D arm of the alphabet soup, where Mr. Q is doing his work. And you see him, he's kind of an old man in a lab coat, gray hair and mustache, and he appears to be hard at work soldering something on some side project when you enter.
You soldering my suit?
Oh no, this is quite separate from that.
Damn.
You here for the
I'll go
blackout
for my
suit
suit.
then?
Yeah. Give me that shit.
And he motions you over to another table. He's just like, yes, Mr. Fox wanted to incorporate some new elements into the wingsuit project you commissioned me for.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're looking at is, well, this. And he motions over to this suit that you see laid out over a table. It's this sort of black bodysuit as far as you can tell. And he goes on, he's like, what Mr. Fox wanted was to incorporate the pinnacle of stealth technology into a new piece of equipment for a single operative, and figured who best to test it but his premier assassin. He invested additional funds into the wingsuit project and gave me access to some top secret designs. The result is what you see here. Codename is Blackout.
My favorite kind of designs.
I care to try it on.
Hit me.
Alright, yeah, if we could, if you would like to craft some stuff, we'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, you guys will have some extended downtime since we're going into a long rest, if nothing else. But he... yeah.
I was gonna say Mr. G's probably gonna rest too as well before. I think I used a lot of hit dice last time, did I? Remember. Anyways. Ooh, what was this? Alright. I'm gonna be reading for a little bit, so if you want to craft now.
Yeah. I suppose if you want to go through the flavor text, you may.
I need to see where it stops first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you what would you like to look
okay.
at
All right.
crafting first off? Meanwhile, with Kevin. Jeff,
Sorry?
what are you looking to be crafting?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna craft a pressure bomb.
All right. So if you have the resources for that, feel free to go ahead and...
All right. Is there something I should roll for that?
what does it say on the craft?
Well, it doesn't say anything.
Oh, it's a function. No, you don't have to craft
Nope.
that.
Yeah, the function
Shoot.
just do.
I'm
Well,
looking it up
then,
right now.
another smoke bomb.
All right, another smoke bomb for you.
Yeah.
So while you're rolling that, Mr. G, did you want to...
Yeah, I can read the flavor text real quick. The blackout suit. A form-fitting, lightweight black bodysuit with a mask and goggles that come over the head like a hood. This stealth wingsuit was designed by Mr. Q and Mr. Fox to be the ultimate infiltration wear for covert operations. It uses salvaged umbrella research, as well as top-secret CIA technology to achieve its higher functions. And its higher functions are dope.
So that is in your possession now.
He's probably not going to wear it just yet, because he's going to have to go to bed anyways, take it off and put it back on. So
Yeah, that's fair. So meanwhile, down in the lobby, Kevin crafts a smoke bomb with some of his spare parts. Okay, and 5 explosive bolts. I believe your craftsmanship takes care of that one, as long as you have the resources, right?
I believe so.
All right.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, never mind. That's... oh. Ooh. We're superheroes now.
All right, so you've got your toy, says Mr. A. He's just like... So, what then? We just wait until this alleged attack comes?
Allegedly. Honestly, the first thing I want to do is barricade. But we've been up for a long time already, and I think we need to at least get a little bit of rest before we start barricading. It's still the 6th. I think we have time.
All right. Well, this building has a lot of windows. It's not exactly going to be easy to barricade.
We need some place for... actually, knowing Langley, do they just train agents? Is that it?
Well, technically, they don't even get trained here. This is just the working
No,
environment.
it's just the offices?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
CIA
I mean, at
agents
least...
would be trained in the farm.
Yeah, but this is where... Like, Langley would only... They wouldn't have soldiers.
Oh, yeah. In terms of, just the sort of skill set, they would all essentially be agent territory.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine for us, but we need some place for Chauncey to sit down and shoot.
They can try to make a funnel at the lobby.
People. That would be ideal. Get somebody within Chauncey's line of sight. Get somebody within range of Katara's nade launcher. Kevin's got a bunch of bombs. I heard he's been crafting. I don't know what that man's been doing. But
everyone at this point would hear a helicopter incoming outside the building.
And that should be the rest of the guns coming in.
Right. Well, the guns creating a funnel at the lobby should be.
Let's hope they attack from that side of the building.
Well, we don't exactly have a back entrance, so hopefully they're playing by the same rules.
Well, from what I heard from the BSAA headquarters, they just bombed the thing.
Oh.
Or it was the BSAA headquarters. Yeah, it was the BSAA headquarters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't suppose there's much we can do about that.
Ears open. If all goes right, Walker dies tomorrow.
That would certainly save
Well-
us a lot of trouble. Is that for another smoke bomb?
Volatile reaction.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
A shiver goes up Mr. G's spine. Well, you know, wars are won and lost on intel. I believe this intel is solid.
Let us hope. Need to meet with anybody for the battle?
Today, I just need to go to bed. Tomorrow. Wait,
Fine by
no,
me.
I'm trying to remember. Is there anywhere he needs to go? I'm trying to remember. I think I said before we started.
I don't think so.
No,
Not at this
just pick
point.
up- yeah, it was just pick up Q. Yeah,
Yeah.
or pick up the wing suit from Q.
Well, I don't live here, so I'm gonna turn in for the night. I'll be back by morning, though.
You're gonna want to be here. Rest in the lobby.
Sure about that?
Nope. But it's certainly gonna help.
All right. Been a long time since I've had to rest in the field.
Old man, you need to catch up with those youngsters.
Maybe I do. Well, haven't been sitting on my butt as much as Fox has these last few years.
I haven't actually seen Fox in person in a while. Do you get fat?
No, he's as slim as ever, but still, he likes his mastermind game, I suppose. But yeah, you gotta agree. It'll be nice to flex the old muscles again. See how well I
you
can
should-
keep up with you youngsters.
Well, you need to stretch. Do some Pilates.
Alright, you're dismissed, G. Let's get out of here.
Mr. G's gonna. There are no, because it's just office buildings. There's no like bunker or what do you call that? Sleeping areas, right?
No, yeah, nothing residential. It's all offices and meeting rooms, you know, conference rooms and things
He's
of
probably
that
just gonna
nature.
find an. He's probably just gonna find an empty conference room.
Yeah, and just fall asleep on a table.
Yeah, literally just like jump on the table next to the projector, fall asleep.
Alright. And the rest of you? Anybody doing anything else, or are you guys just hunkering down for a long rest?
Well, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you get a good few crafts done. Just, are you just sitting in the lobby just tinkering?
That's pretty much what he's doing while listening to a little tune.
And the rest of you?
I'm just pretty much just, sitting in whatever chair I find. Guns like in between my legs, just kind of just sitting in the chair falling asleep.
Alright. And the,
I'm gonna be honest.
what was that?
I'm gonna be honest. I spaced out because I'm still reading this cipher. I feel like I'm getting everything right, and then I messed up on
Right.
one thing.
It's a little
I'm
hard
trying
to
to
get like.
explain it.
Huh?
I'm trying to explain it in like messages, and I'm bad at explaining stuff.
But
It's-
I mean,
the hardest part with like the thing is like sometimes I had this problem a couple times when writing it was I'll go down the thing and move over, and I'll be on like just trying to find the right one. I'll just like land on the wrong one. I did everything right. I just land on the wrong letter sometimes. That's
I'm trying to just trace it along the grid.
just trying to like eyeball it, trace it.
yeah, because I'm
But
like,
if you need any help with it, I can really quick. You or like in character, you can just like call up Mr. G Wall before he goes to bed. Or we can. Where's the thing? Is it under? What is it under?
It's under Mr. G.
Oh, I've got my own thing now. Oh, look at that.
I got my own thing.
The basic way to use it. So it's just using the grid like a coordinate system with letters.
Mhm.
The key is at the top, and the decoded message is what you'll get on the left. You find the letter that you need for the key. So for the first, like you're going through the one that's on the example that's there.
Mm-hmm.
For or Sternmeek. Find M, go down till you find O, and that row on the left, that letter is the decoded letter of the actual message.
So as you say that, Isla just sends me a thing too.
Oh.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's what I was doing wrong. Because
Okay.
I was going aligning the letters and then going to the middle.
Oh, no, yeah. So going to the middle is what you do when you encode something. Where we only need the decoding.
Okay.
I had
so you just start with
the
your-
encoding and decoding, but Raph told me we didn't need the encoding bit for this because we're only ever going to be decoding. So, yeah.
So I was sitting here encoding the whole time.
You put it through another layer of encoding, which was something that would have made it really difficult.
Oh man. Okay. I'm good.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Yeah.
I think the one thing is the card. Like, do we get the card straight away, or do we have to figure out the card as well?
Well, that's the thing. The only thing you need to decode a message is you need the cipher text and you need the key. Yeah, those are the two things you need to start with.
Do we get the key with the message, or do we have to figure out the key as well?
I'll have to find out.
I know.
Ooh. Yeah.
But, yeah, those are the two things
thank
you
you.
need before you can start decoding.
So thank you. In terms of what Qatar is doing, probably after all of that stuff, I think the only thing to do is just go to bed.
You guys are free to look about the area you all are confined to, of course. You know, they mentioned you're able to travel between the lobby, the courtyard, and the cafeteria of this building. So you guys could get snacks or whatever, you know, and feed yourselves if need be.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I guess I'd have her go through and get snacks and food and everything.
Kombucha.
But but also just kind of getting a lay of the land, I guess, for these different areas.
Okay.
Considering there's a chance that a fight's happening the next day. It's like, what are these places, what do each of these areas look like? How big are they,
Right, yeah. And looking around, you find the cafeteria is fairly sizable. It's got room to seat a lot of people. And there's, of course, a kitchen area in the back. But the lobby that you first entered into, it's also a pretty long and wide hall. It's got sort of seats lined along the sides. And this big glass, an aluminum entrance at the front that during the daytime you get the sense would just be shining in natural light into the area. It's pretty wide open on that end. The courtyard is a sort of open area between a few of the buildings. In fact, as you go out into the courtyard, which you have to go through to get to the cafeteria, you do see in one corner of it, there stands a sculpture. And the sculpture has these 4 large copper plates among other wood and water and stone elements. But the most prominent feature is a large vertical S-shaped copper screen resembling a scroll or a piece of paper emerging from a computer printer. And half of this scroll consists of a seemingly random array of alphabet letters cut out of the plates. It's just an interesting little art piece in one corner of the courtyard.
Could I get a look at this?
Yeah, it's out in the courtyard. If you follow her out there, yeah, you would see it just as well. And given that it's night right now, it's lit up and whatnot by various lights that they have positioned on it.
He actually wants to take a look down at his square that he got from Mr. G. What are these letters?
It's a seemingly random array of a ton of alphabet letters cut out of the plates. I'll say make a history check.
History. Okay, sure. Oh, what do you know? It's something I have proficiency in.
Oh, hey. Kevin's pretty well read.
Learned man.
Whoa. So 23 on history. Alright, so you recognize this sculpture from a little bit of CIA lore that you know, that you picked up perhaps in a trivia book or something of the like. This is actually a pretty famous art piece that is kept on the Langley grounds. It is known as Kryptos, and it is basically this sculpture that just exists out in this courtyard that was made by an artist, and it contains 4, basically, you see now, looking at it, you'd only heard descriptions of it before. This is your first time seeing it in person. It's the scroll, the sort of copper scroll structure is divided up into 4 sections. And yeah, and you would know that what this art piece is known for is having 4 encoded messages in it. And it's kind of a bit of a well-known piece of just cryptography the world over, and to this date, not all of the ciphers have been solved. There are entire communities that are dedicated to working on this thing, but to this day, only 3 of the 4 have ever been solved.
Do we know which one hasn't been?
Not off the top of your head, no.
Oh, okay. Well, Kevin's gonna try to solve these. Just for kicks, because he doesn't have much else to do.
Alright. I'll say make
some brain exercises.
Make a quick intelligence check.
I love it.
Get that brain running before the big fight.
Qatar's just here watching this.
That's the modifier plus proficiency, right?
No, just intelligence. Yeah, so just the modifier.
Okay.
Straight up, how smart are you? Oh,
What?
I thought that was a 16.
Not smart enough.
Oh.
No, yeah, you look at this, and the more you look at it, the more you realize that you simply do not have the tools to crack code this complex at this time. You look down at your phone at your little Visioneer square, and you look back up at this thing, and you're like, I don't even know if this is a Visioneer cipher, and you are just lost. It is gibberish to you.
You okay, Kevin?
He looks over at Katara and raises his hands in resignation. Well, I wanted to solve these ciphers here, but they're out of my it's out of my what's that?
Out of your league.
Out of my league, yes. Thank you.
Was that like out of character? Was that Mr. G just
From like the 3rd story on like one of the
Yeah,
buildings?
you're like looking out of the courtyard.
Good luck with it.
Katara for fun. I'll give a shot at it.
All right, give it your own intelligence check.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. Oh,
Oh!
of course.
So Kevin gives it a look over, and he's just like, "But Katara, you give it a good glance, and looking all up and down it, you may not know the history behind this particular sculpture or its meaning, but you do get a lot better of a sense of Kevin than about how much you don't know to solve this particular set of codes.
Mm-hmm.
And by the looks of it, yeah, because you don't know what type of ciphers they are, and even if you did, you don't know what kind of keys to use and where to begin solving it. You would have to start digging through a lot of different possibilities. Maybe even programming a script of a computer to just hard break the code and just force a bunch of different brute force a bunch of different possibilities and inputs. But there's a world famous sculpture, and there's a reason not all of them have been solved today.
She's just there like, whew. Looks over at Kevin. You know how much you need to just decrypt this?
I have no idea.
You want to work on a script?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Oh, all right, I'm turning in.
All right. So, the areas you have access to don't make the most comfortable of abodes, as they weren't meant to be living spaces, but for your duties, you make do. And of course, I suppose you all have been through worse. But you can pull together some chairs or sleep on some tables in the cafeteria, whatever the case may be. And like I said earlier, the helicopter had come in, so Foxtrot 2 is on the ground at this point in Chauncey. They could stay wherever you direct them. They, of course, would have been given the same instructions of what area to be confined to.
Yeah, I just put them on guard duty kind of thing, but
Okay.
a relaxed state of guard duty, knowing that we're not expecting to be attacked currently.
Mm-hmm. And Surgeon points out, he's just like, shall we take shifts through the night?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely need to be taking shifts through the night.
Yes, sir. So, you all settle in for a long rest.
Quick, what are the penalties for not taking?
Not taking a long rest, you'll get a point of fatigue.
Okay. First point of fatigue is just is it disadvantage on mobility?
Yeah, I think it's disadvantage on mobility saves. Let me pull my sheet out.
I'm wondering if
Oh, book.
you need to. Yeah, I mean, like,
Let's see.
Yeah, disadvantage on mobility checks and saves.
and saves. Okay.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I was wondering if it would be better to stay up in case something happened overnight, but I need my mobility checks and saves. Specifically, I need my mobility saves.
Do you know anybody out of your agent group that may have that good old what is it, like a tier 1 or 2 cast or something? I think it's tier 1
for the freaking, like, those caffeine pills, whatever they were.
Yeah, those caffeine ones where you're just like, boop, I don't gotta worry about it for right now.
For 24 hours. I
Yep.
don't think any of the. I legitimately don't think any of the alphabet soups can craft.
There's probably somebody
No,
in the
Mr. Q
alphabet. What?
Mr. Q can, right? Mr.
Yeah,
Q?
Mr. Q. Yeah, he would be a scientist type.
What is that under? Is that chemical? Is that medical?
I think that's
I think
actually
that's medical, right? Now that I think about it. Let me bookmarks. Useful.
yeah. Where are you at? Is it medkit? Is it energy? Is it energy booster?
energy-
Yeah.
Medical. Yeah. I don't think we do anything other than negative healing. Dang.
All right. So you all settle in for a long rest, though.
Yeah, sleeping.
You sleep through the night, comfortable though it may be. It's a bit of effort to get Chauncey out of his armor, but as you rest through the night passes uneventful. You wake up come morning to the sound of the building getting repopulated from some of the immediate staff that comes in. Although, Mr. G, you would note that it is a bit of a reduced staff. It seems a warning may have gone out that
I was gonna say,
they may be expecting a terrorist attack. Those who are not comfortable coming into work don't need to
Skeleton
amongst the
staff.
regular civilian staff. Yeah.
skeleton staff, everyone else was evacuated.
Mm-hmm. But nothing seems to have gone afoot over the night. Enyo, you still feel a very, very strong rumbling sensation within. Your core, the manifold reactor that is within you, seems to be approaching its precipice.
Unibeam, right?
I got any upgrade?
No, you don't feel a full system shutdown coming your way, but get the sense it's approaching.
Wait, a full system
It's better.
shutdown?
This better
Well,
be
in the
charge.
same way that you have each time you received an upgrade, where you kind
Oh,
of
okay.
lose control of
This
yourself.
better
for a moment.
this better be in time. I mean, for the fight. You should wait another day just in case. Mr. G is gonna wander around the facility.
All right.
When I wake up, I'm gonna go to the courtyard and I'm gonna look at this statue.
All right. You go to the courtyard. You find this Kryptos statue.
I'm gonna investigate it a little bit.
All right. Go ahead and make a straight intelligence check.
I think that's literally all natural as well.
Mhm.
I don't get to use my investigate though. Like I'm investigating it.
What is the object of your investigation?
I'm looking at it. I'm gonna investigate what could possibly what kind of puzzles I could do just to wake up in the morning. I like to do like Sudoku with my morning coffee, so this is my
Alright.
thing.
Yeah, that's roughly the same as what everyone else was kind of doing. So yeah, still straight intelligence.
Dang it! I have a plus in investigation. No, still waking up.
No, yeah, you
Rub
have
my
your
eyes.
you get some CIA coffee from the cafeteria, and in your sort of CIA logo mug that they have in that area, just giving it a sip and just giving this a look over and squinting at it really hard.
Oh,
But just a
not
jumble
stupid.
of letters to you.
It's like the Matrix.
You see the Matrix,
Oh.
but you cannot read it.
I will conquer you sooner or later. But right now, this tar is awful. Oh yeah, it was long rest. So I got it.
Yeah, long rest, so you all get, obviously you recharge any rest-based abilities, you get half your hit dice back, all that. And we'll just spend
Sweet.
any if need be.
Oh no, I'm ready for war now, boys. Let's go.
Mr. G is just gonna wander around until he meets Slake and Mr. A.
Okay, yeah, it wouldn't take long before you run into Mr. A again. He would have been just catching some Z's up in the alphabet soup office. But you...
I bang on the door.
It's just like, ugh. Oh, I'm up. He kind of runs his hand through his hair, straightening it out a bit.
Like Mr.
Desperate
G is
need
gonna
of
look
a
at him and go
shower,
like,
but-
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta
Alright.
do something really quick. I'm wondering if you'd like to run an errand with me.
What sort of errand?
I don't know. Something about this place just is. Something doesn't feel right. I'm gonna check security. I'm sure everything's fine. I'm sure they did their job. Gotta, see with my own eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you insist. Let me tag along. He walks out with you.
First of all, just gonna go through and do a generic run of the facility. Just kind of looking around.
Yeah, you elevator down to the security offices and give a general once over of the systems.
Just talking shop with Mr. A.
Mm-hmm.
Probably exchanging war stories or whatever.
Yeah. I'd ever tell you about that time back in the Gulf, me and Mr. Fox pinned down at that, after following that raid on that hideout. Mr. G, he's told you this story 1,000 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you told me this one.
Oh, yeah. It was quite an intense situation. And he just relives the whole thing in vivid detail.
Yeah. Mr. Jesus thinking himself this guy really needs a therapist. Yeah. Just shooting the shit back and forth when we get to security.
Mm-hmm. But you give a once over, you find the security room with all of the individuals that are assigned to detail there, keeping watch over surveillance and, operating communications for aircrafts or other visitors coming in or out, and also having a direct line to the individuals manning the road. There's only one road that comes to and from the building, and there's a block there and a little checkpoint, and they have a direct line to the people manning the checkpoint.
Oh, that's nice. How far out is that?
It's a pretty brief road. It comes off I think one highway, and then no more than a couple miles.
So if
through
somebody
the
did
forestry.
come by, if somebody was to come by vehicle way ahead of time.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Good.
It would either lose contact or have an alert from
Yeah.
the people up there.
Totally forgot. I did say I was going to put on the thing at the beginning of the day, though, but I do have my super suit.
Right, so you
Just
you don your super suit at the beginning when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you find it quite form-fitting. Very lightweight
Oh.
black body suit.
How he knows my measurements, I'm not going to ask.
Mr. Fox knows your eye color. And your...
I don't even know my eye color.
Probably knows the exact time and date of your birth.
I don't know that either. I don't even know what my freaking blood type is.
Yeah, he probably knows that as well.
Probably C positive or something.
Is there something specific you wanted to inspect here?
Looking around, how many people are in the room?
This particular room, probably about 4 agents or so, besides you and Mr. A.
Are they agents or just staff?
Yeah, more so just staff. But everybody, is a certain minimum of agent within the building.
Yeah, they're
Besides,
all
besides,
minute, agent one.
Yeah, besides the analysts and whatnot. But
Yeah.
Security
Who are a
department.
civilian one.
But they're all kind of separated off into different corners of the same space, right? They're all kind of each at their own sort of section or their own terminals.
He's probably just gonna go up to, just while continuing to talk with Mr. A, gonna go up to one of the other security dudes.
All right. You approach. He's kind of eyeballing some surveillance.
Keeping an eye out.
Yes, sir.
We have a 360 degree, like, scope of the air around this place, right? Because I'm fully expecting them to attack by sky.
Well, we have radar.
That's good. Where's that?
That'll be over Jim's corner.
God damn, I'm in the wrong order. Go to Jim.
All right. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jim. Yeah, radar.
Yes, we do.
This might just me being paranoid, but I need to, like, you're keeping your eyes peeled on that, right?
Of course. Got nothing else to do here.
Because, Nanofold attacked the SAA headquarters. I'm sure they had the same kind of security. I'm just trying to make sure nobody... You're just kind of, like, looking around. Trying to make sure everyone in here is doing their job.
You don't have to worry about that, sir.
Yeah. Wait. What's that?
What's what?
Is that supposed to happen? And he's going to point at something on one of the screens. And while everyone's looking there, he's going to slip a thumb drive into one of the consoles.
All right, make a dexterity check.
Minimum of 11. Or 21. Minimum plus 11, minimum 21.
All right, let's have a roll anyway. All right. Without even noticing, you slip a thumb drive into one of the terminals. You click it right into the socket, right side up.
First time, every time.
First time, every time. Everybody's focus is on the instruments, and just like, oh no, that looks to just be a sort of, might be just looking at some noise. Sometimes they catch things like that. It's mostly just weather anomalies. And you see this young security personnel just trying to rationalize what you pointed out, even if it wasn't necessarily anything. And Mr. A seems to have his focus kind of on that as well.
Alright.
You run them through a whole routine that keeps them
Mr.
occupied for a good few minutes before you
just being like, Mr. A, like, look at this. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy.
Oh no, I can't. I don't know how to read this type of stuff anyway.
Fucking old man. And while I'm getting his attention on that, I want to stand behind them and sword.
What was that?
While he's looking at that, I'm going to stand behind them and...
I think you cut off again.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand behind
While
him.
he's looking at that, I'm going to stand behind him and draw my sword.
Wait.
All right.
I
So
don't like this.
as it's going off, they start to notice all the computers in the room the screens start to shimmer a bit, and there's a little bit of glitchiness to it, and they're just kind of like, well, hold on,
Shit.
there might be something to what you're saying. And then he kind of knocks on the glass a little bit again.
Actually, if I got his attention, I'm pulling out my rifle.
All right.
So my rifle's out. I'm just like, guys, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? And I'm going to attack Mr. A.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
Oh my god, it happened again. It happened again. It happened again.
With headshot.
Wait,
It happened again.
wait, what are you expecting to say?
It happened again.
What happened again?
27
You guys called me naive earlier. Because everybody around me keeps dying or betraying me.
Go ahead and roll damage.
It's a crit because
Yeah,
he
because
is
surprise.
surprised. And, okay, yeah. Just that is the only reason why it is a crit. 94 points of damage with the Miramasa to Mr. A headshot.
All right. Also, look at those double 10s.
Oh!
So, pull your rifle out as all of this panic begins to set in around this room.
I'm completely playing up the panic, like, you guys, you seeing this, right? This isn't just me. I'm not panicking.
Mr. A cocks his head to the side a little as you bolt that round. 4. Meanwhile, with the rest of the party, you hear all of a sudden alarms begin to sound around the facility. And you hear what sounds like some crashing and commotion echoing off from the road heading into the woods outside of the facility. And you see, if you were to look out the windows, if you're on the first floor lobby, looking out the glass out into the front, you would start to see what looks to be a large force of troops beginning to flank out from either side of the OHB, the building in front of yours, and closing in on this building in the back. At the same time, you would feel this sudden rumbling across all of the building as a series of explosions begin going off around the office buildings.
I hate you, Lauren. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I'm sorry.
I hate you.
You get bombed.
Training us.
You're getting bombed.
What are y'all
And I'm
doing?
going you now.
I need to process this. I'm sorry.
I need to take myself off mute.
Excuse me?
So, I have radio communication with my troops, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Oh boy. Trying to think of what. It's just Foxtrot 2 that's with us, correct?
It's just Foxtrot 2. Looks like a big ground force of soldiers similar in outfit to ones that you've encountered before as the sort of manifold Magini are closing in on the building. They seem to be advancing out of the woods from the outskirts of the grounds. At this point, you would actually, as you get on the radio as well, you would actually find your lines sort of hijacked for a second. And for a moment, you begin to worry, but then you hear a familiar voice coming through. It's just like, Director Clancy, this is Mr. Fox. Do you read me?
I do.
Well, it seems that intel was on the money. The attack is underway. I'm deploying Alphabet Soup troops down to the bottommost levels to help fend off some of these ground forces. I'm hearing word from some of our outside forces that they're advancing on foot from the woods, and some more reinforcements have blown past the barricades on the road. But only 2 truckloads of troops got through before the blockers were raised. So, expect even more to join them soon. But like I said, my operatives, my Alphabet Soup operatives, will be able to reinforce yours. But I have reason to believe that this attack is targeting me. So if you want to be where Walker is, I recommend you get where I am.
How do I get to you from here?
Let's see. Where are you now? No, wait.
First
I have
floor.
you. You're on the first floor lobby. What you need to do is get to the westernmost tower. I'm on the final floor, the 6th floor. That's where you'll find the Alphabet Soup offices.
Is there a gun on the way?
The
I need
gun?
I need more guns and ammo. Give me guns and ammo. That's it.
I should hope you have your own armaments.
I do, but give me more armaments.
You might be able to scavenge some ammunition lying about from some operatives along the way, but can't guarantee much else.
All right, I'm on my way.
All right. So you start making your way in that direction. Do you gather the rest of the party as well? Let them know what you know?
Yeah, I'm just pretty much telling everybody it's I'm radioing the Foxtrot 2, telling them to stand their ground and wait for the Alphabet Soup team to arrive as backup, and don't let anybody into this building by all means necessary. And then I'm going to alert the rest of the group that's obviously in the lobby with me and tell them that we're moving to go protect Mr. Fox.
Understood.
Now, Kevin agrees. He's like, yeah, sure thing. Although, for some reason, well, this is sort of meta, but for some reason he can't help but feels like something is off and something is wrong.
Well, we're under attack. Of course you're gonna feel off and wrong. Let's go. We ain't got time for feelings. Let's go kill some shit. And Chauncey then proceeds to tell you to mount up. Let's go.
And with that, you start taking off towards the westernmost office tower. You hear what sounds like a number of soaring aircraft outside as well, and a number of crashing and shattering windows sounding from throughout the building as a lot of gunfire begins to kick off, some distant, some all over the place, some within the interior. Seems like battles are kicking off everywhere, and it seems like they might be deploying troops directly onto some upper floors. But the bulk of the ground force is coming in through the ground level, and that's where your troops will meet them. But you head off into that westernmost tower. You head through some offices. You do see that there is an elevator there to shortcut you up to the upper floors. But as you move for that elevator, you do see that before you even get the chance to reach for the button, you hear a loud and this screeching sound before the elevator doors just curve outwards, as it seems the actual elevator lift must have been severed at some point above and has dropped and is now unfunctional. You're going to have to take the stairs.
It's easy, we'll fix it.
I don't think you can fix that. I don't think even Kevin can fix that.
Easy. Just some super glue.
Like, actually, how powerful are these little boosters on my feet?
Oh, what does it say on the thing? I think it doubles your jump distance.
Yeah, so am I able to like almost leap from like floor to floor up the elevator shaft?
What's your let's see, for a high jump, that would be, what's your strength modifier?
A 4.
Okay.
My
so,
athletics though is a 9.
Yeah, so but your jump distance is based on your strength score and modifier. For a high jump, it goes off the modifier. I think it's 3 plus your modifier, so it'd be 7 feet for a running high jump, but doubled with your boosters. So that would bring it up to 14 feet. Yeah, it would be conceivable. I would still probably have you make an athletics check, but...
Let's say like put it in perspective. So I'm almost like you know how you see those like Spider-Man kind of guys doing parkour where they're jumping from a wall to a wall and bouncing up like a shaft kind of thing. Is that feasible, or is that something like I would run out of juice kind of thing?
It would be feasible. It would still require a check, I would say. It's not not immediately within your grasp, especially since you don't have too much of a running start, given you only have the elevator shaft width.
Yeah, because I would be jumping, like, I would still be jumping up but angled from side to side. So I'm only gaining like 7 feet each bounce back and forth height wise, but I'm still like back and forth across the shaft if I need to progress that faster.
All right. So you want to give it a shot though?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like kick or rip the doors open.
Yeah, with your
And then
mecha suit, you just shove your fingers in between the already damaged and sort of bent outwards elevator doors and just push them open. And yeah, you do see this just damaged and crumbled like a soda can elevator lift inside.
Okay, so now I just have to roll straight strength.
So yeah, you will first. You need to pop the hatch off the top and get on top of this
Okay.
lift in order to get above and start trying to jump. Which I suppose with your enhanced jump you would be able to get on through that hole no problem. And then you would need to make an athletics check to see if you could reach for the floor above. But you see the door, obviously, on that floor is closed, so you would have only a little ledge to grasp onto, hence the need for a check.
Okay. So athletics.
Yep, athletics.
Why is he so low though? 13.
All right, so you make a leap and you get that little bit of lift from your rocket boosters, and you're just managed to grasp onto a ledge, but you are almost losing your grip.
I'm gonna keep trying to like bounce back and forth, just keep going all the way up, because I've already committed.
All right, make another athletics
Stop.
check.
Here we go, 19.
All right, so you just leap off onto various pieces of scaffolding, trying to bounce off of that, and you do manage to get to the floor above that one, and just have a little bit of a barely grip.
I kind of want to go all the way up the shaft, just woof, woof, just keep going back and forth all the way up the shaft.
All right, first off, what are the rest of you doing?
Going up
Taking
the
the
stairs.
stairs.
All right, so you all take the stairs up. The staircase brings you pretty swiftly up the next flight of floors. You go up the second floor, pass up to the third floor. Chauncey, make another check. See if you can get up to the fourth floor.
25.
All right. So with that check, you and manage to catch another ledge, just boosting up to from each one. At this point, the staircase on this part of the building actually comes to an end at the fourth floor. And at this point, the rest of you would have no choice but to exit onto that floor, and you do see what looks to be a wide area with an array of computer desks that are kind of divided by various, walls and almost sort of like little cubicles, essentially. But there looks to be a number of like CIA analysts and other people, in suits just running for their lives, screaming, as a small squad of about 8 soldiers are moving through, gunning down guards and other personnel, just moving through the area as a unit. At this point, one of those analysts is just like hammering away out one of the buttons at the elevator, trying to get it to come. And at this point, Chauncey, you would notice the doors in front of you that you're hanging on in front of just open up, but there is no elevator lift to answer his call. And the doors open essentially just in time for him to just catch a hail of bullets and fall into the shaft past you and just splatter onto the elevator.
So this is just a lab guy?
This was just some analyst or some other CIA employee.
Could I tried to grab him, but like obviously whiffed it on purpose. Like, oh no!
Like you reached for him.
Yeah, I reached for it,
Yeah,
but like auto fail the grab, but just like no.
Yeah. You reach for him out of sentiment, but he is out of your reach and just falls and plummets, splatters to the elevator below you. But you are looking out in front of you now at a squad of well-armed individuals.
So like, I'm just imagining it. Just imagining I come out of the door that this dude just fell out of, and I'm just like dusting my suit off, and I see everybody with guns. I'm like, oh, time to party.
I was gonna ask. So like, once getting to like the 4th floor, and before even opening the door, right? We could hear the shooting and commotion going on.
You could hear there's gunfire coming from this floor.
Would it be possible to have shell skinned before going into the room?
Certainly.
Oh yeah, cool. She would have just shell skinned up.
And so, at this point, I'm going to need you all to roll for initiative then, seeing as
let's go, boys.
Chauncey's just face to face and the rest of you are seeing this taking place.
Ooh.
Please give me a nat 20 to make up for this pain. Well, good enough. Good enough.
Still did better than me, and I'm the one in the door. Let's go.
You're the one in the. You're the one who's Metal Gear over there.
Yeah. Wow, I really whiffed that roll, guys. Like, this is real bad.
Oh wait.
So doesn't.
Never mind. So that would actually be 24.
Oh.
Don't you have to roll for 2 people there?
Yeah, I was thinking that. She's got 2 initiatives. For Nuri and Enya, right?
Let's go, Lilo. You got this. Teamwork.
Oh yeah.
One super whiffed. I'm good. At last.
Alright, so quick sound off on initiative. Going from left to right.
Oh, Kevin's first.
You're all the way to the right.
Oh. Sorry, I was thinking of the highest.
Chauncey's a 12.
And Katara?
Katara would actually be a 24. Because she has a +8 initiative.
Right.
Man, I really wish I had a higher initiative. Like, I get the bonus initiative, but it's like, come on now. I still feel weak.
Nuri and Enyo?
Nuria is a 6. And Nuria is a 22.
Alright. And Kevin, last but not least.
23.
Alright.
So obviously there's no surprise round for the fact that they weren't expecting somebody to be coming up the elevator, right?
not for that. But,
I mean, because they're in the middle of shooting a guy down it, and they turn back around to kill everybody else, and all of a sudden you're going, hey.
No, yeah.
I'm here.
Surprise round would be if they're unaware there's about to be a combat, but they're going through shooting.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know.
Top of the round would be Katara.
Okay. So you said there was like a group of 8.
Yeah, there's a squad of 8 manifold soldiers gunning down CIA employees in this area.
Okay, so are we assuming they're kind of in an area where CIA employees are already dead? Like, if I go and I blow them up.
I mean, yeah, at this point it seems what employees are still around in the area are running away from these guys, so you won't find them nearby to them.
And how huddled are they together?
They're spread out a bit, but in a couple of little clusters. You could probably get maybe 3 of them to a group for the biggest ones.
3 of them to a group for the biggest one. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go through and we are going to. We're going to bonus action explosive enhancer on one.
All right.
On the first one, and this it's just going to be a regular explosive round.
All right.
This will go off to the group of 3.
Yeah, there would be 2 groups of 3 and a group of 2, essentially.
Okay, so I'm going to hit with the first attack. I'm going to hit the one group of 3, and then the extra attack is going to go to the other group of 3.
Okay, gotcha. So you're attacking 2 different groups.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go ahead and start rolling mobility saves for the first group. 13, 16, and... Come on, dice. 15.
All right, so they all fail.
All right. So let's have the damage.
So that's explosive bonus.
Or have the damage, not have the damage.
So 17 explosive altogether.
All right, to all of them.
Yep. And then take this off.
All right, and you said for the other, same thing for another group of 3, just
Yep.
lobbing
Same
one
thing
to
for the other group
the
of 3.
closest to you, and then lobbing over to another, arcing the grenade round slightly over them to reach. It's another fail. Fail. And
Pass.
20. Oh, hey, that one succeeds.
19.
All right.
Wow.
Oh,
3 out of 4 6.
Woo!
that'd be good for rolling a new character.
But that bottom one, it was terrible.
That's why it'd be good for rolling a new character. You disregard the bottom
true.
one.
That's like an instant 18.
Yeah.
And then just. Oh, yeah.
Okay, but the last guy gets it halved, so I would reduce it to 9. All right.
Yep. And that's all she can do.
All right, so 2 explosives go off in the midst of these squads as Chauncey, you haul yourself up onto this floor and just immediately see them get blown up and thrown off their axis. And first things first, you get artillery. All right, is that all Qatar's going to be doing?
Yeah, that's all she can do.
All right, Kevin, you're up next.
All right, Kevin cracks his knuckles, and he's like, "Well, let's get this show on the road." And he reaches into his pocket, whistling, and he cheerily pulls out a volatile reaction.
All right.
And he, okay, you said they were. How are they clumped up now?
There's 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 2.
Okay, I'm going to throw it into the closest group of 3.
All right. So they need to make mobility saves once again. They just come in and just immediately get bombarded. It's a fail, fail, and fail.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Okay, what the heck do I roll for this?
For volatile reaction, I believe that's 10d6.
That's fun.
So you throw this vial of chemical mixtures into the midst of them, and just the chemicals mix together and cause this explosion of fire that ruptures out into the room. And yeah, all 3 of them just instantly are enveloped in flames, and they flail for a bit as they're just like, ah, and then just collapse into the ground as burning heaps of flesh. They're all down.
Out of character. That feels so good. It's what's the word? Catharsis. Catharsis.
All right.
Okay.
So,
let's see.
Kevin, you still staying put? I assume all of you who are coming up the stairs are kind of clumped together by the exit to the staircase.
Okay, so Is there any cover nearby?
Yeah, there'd be lots of little cubbies and whatnot that you can move into.
Okay, well, he's gonna move into one of them and. Sorry, I was distracted by something outside. But anyway, he's gonna move into one of those cubbies, and he's gonna press his back against the wall and.
All right.
He's just gonna take cover there.
All right, I'll give you some partial cover there if they start firing upon you.
All right.
All right, after Kevin's going to be Enyo. Enyo?
So, like, are we attacking right now? Like,
What was that?
just, who are we attacking right now?
This squad of manifold soldiers that is on this office area. There are currently there were 8 of them to begin with, but now there are only 5.
Okay. I'm gonna have Enya start punching some guys.
All right, so you rush in. You could close the distance with your movement. Yeah, there are 3 that look to already be injured, but 2 that are pretty fresh.
Just gonna go for one of the injured guys first.
All right. There's one that looks amongst the injured to be less hurt than the others. Are you prioritizing those who are most hurt or least?
Least hurt.
All right, so
Oh, actually no, most hurt.
okay. So you see a few that are just like limping and bleeding from explosive shrapnel that has torn them up, and you just rush in with your robotic speed and start throwing some punches. Uh, 12 does not hit.
Almost a 20. And then an extra attack.
First swing, just blocked by the butt of his gun. But the 27 does hit.
A fist damage again. It is.
Alright.
That's 9 flash and 4 explosive.
Alright, yeah. So you bring that following blow into his skull and just punch him and twist his head around practically as he falls to the ground and seems to be dead.
Then she goes to the next in the row of first hurt.
Alright. Yeah, one of his allies beside him is also kind of limping along in a similar manner. He brings up his rifle as if he's about to start blasting at you, and you move over to him.
And I'm going to use my bonus action, conserved combat.
Alright. Slide over in his direction
Oh, that's a 20.
with a massive sidekick. Go ahead and roll your crit damage.
Dude just gibs.
Yeah.
For that, 5, 9, 10, 11, 17 flash, and 18 explosive.
Yeah, so this guy, you just come in and crack into his sternum with this sidekick and send him flying across the room. He crashes through some other cubicles, sending papers flying up into the air from some analysts' reports. And that guy is gone. You sent him flying.
I still just picture like an action kick where the person just explodes, pieces everywhere.
All right, that's Enyo.
And that's the end of her turn.
All right, end of your turn. Next up, Imagini get to take their turn. There's 3 of them remaining, and they are starting to get the sense that they're in quite an amount of danger, but being their programming, they are going to persist in trying to attack you all. They're going to divide their attention. One of them is going to open fire on the threat that had come to their attention right in front of them when Chauncey. There's one burst of assault rifle fire towards you.
Nope.
Yeah, that doesn't hit, especially not with your new super suit.
Even with the old super suit.
Yeah. One of them actually is going to pull the pin on a grenade and just throw that over to the entrance area where the staircase had come in to the room. I believe that's Katara and Nuria are still over there, so I need both of you to make mobility saves.
Yeah.
Oh. No. Oh, Katara.
Alright, so for Katara, that actually succeeds.
Huh?
And Nuria?
What are you
Take
rolling?
half of this. Mobility saving throw.
Wrong one.
Oh.
21.
Also succeeds. So you both take half of this damage, which is going to be
All right,
8 points of
so-
explosive damage.
Okay, but I already have resistance to explosives,
So
so
that's going
would
to be
that
4
be
points
even
for you.
less?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the halving isn't resistance based. Yeah, so it could still. So yeah, it's 4 points of explosive damage to Katara. Yeah, it's Katara with your shell skin and your natural explosive resistance that you have mutated into. You just bear the brunt of it. You probably even shield Nuria a bit if you so choose. Just like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the other soldier is also going to open fire on. After seeing where some of that artillery came from, also going to open fire in Kevin's general direction, but I'll give you, from the obstacles in that general office, you're going to get half cover from this attack, so that's a +2 to your AC. Which doesn't nearly hit
That's a
anyway,
big
as
fat
it's
no.
just spraying his AK, kicking up piles of paper throughout the office. That's going to bring their turn to an end, as he just, like, doesn't seem to hit any targets. He's just, like, he sort of hisses at you with those plaga mandibles coming out of his mouth. Next up is going to be Chauncey.
So how far is everybody from me currently? Like, as in baddies.
They're all generally within, like, 30 feet of you, the closest one probably being no more than 10 feet away.
Okay. Let's run up on the first guy.
Alright. So get up close to the one that's closest to you, who's already partially injured from some explosives that he action rolled out of the way of earlier.
Ooh, partially injured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took the least damage of all the
Headshot.
people. Alright.
And headshot is 3. It's a 7. $20.
20 hits.
Oh boy. And that is +10. +7. No. Yeah, +7. 17. Oh wait, that's wrong. That's the wrong dice. My bad. Take that back. I forgot to set the dice. I just I set the modifier and was like, that's it. That's all I needed to do.
There we go.
Yeah, obliterate. 32.
Yeah, so this dude just blows his head clean off, and he's sent flying back deeper into the office away from you, rolling across the floor.
Is there another weak guy within 5 to 10?
You seem to have finished off the last of the already injured individuals. There are two that are freshly up, both of whom are facing away from you. One of them is just spraying into the cubicles. The other one had just pulled the pin on a grenade and is trying to right his weapon back out.
Okay, I'm gonna rush the nearest one.
All right. Rush up to this dude who is still trying to ready his rifle, who had just thrown the grenade.
I am going to, yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. If I can get within my headshot range here, I'm gonna shoot him with one shell remaining in the Hydra.
Yeah, it's pretty tight quarters. You should be able to get to him with your movement.
Okay. $17.
17 hits. I suppose you have advantage if you so want it.
Oh yeah, I do. I forgot to do that on the first one too.
Yeah, he was dead either way.
Oh yeah, that's true. Right, let's just roll just to see what happens. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep 17.
All right, yeah. So that hits.
23. Oof, that one.
All right, 23. This is just like, and you roll up to him and blast him, aiming high, and he manages to block the brunt of the attack, but there's still a streak of blood that shoots out from him from all the pellets that scathe his form. But he's still standing.
Can I have him roll strength save for a disarming shot?
Oh, okay. Strength saving throw. It's a 22. It teetered on the one.
Close.
It teetered on the one.
Yeah, that's too good for me.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that one would have definite.
Yeah, as he blocks you, blasts quite a bit of flesh off his arm, but he maintains a grip on his rifle.
Also, hold up. There's something else I wanted to do today. It's gotta bring. I didn't have the. Me forgot to get the rule book up, but I have hits done.
All right, and you level up.
Yeah.
Right. So remind me again of the effects of that.
Yeah, I forgot to bring up the rule book because I totally didn't even think about needing this part. We are right here.
I think that mostly just prevents them from taking opportunity attacks against you.
It is hit stun is once per turn. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause them to become unable to take reactions until the end of your turn. You have advantage on your next attack. Roll against the creature while it is affected by this feature. So he cannot do like
right. Yeah, he can't opportunity attack you.
Okay.
Until the end of your turn, and if you were to do a follow-up attack, you would have advantage on it, but it's only effective for this turn.
Okay, so how far is the other guy from me? He's within like 5-10 feet.
Yeah, he would be that close. You have enough movement still to get to him if you want.
So I'm going to go ahead and reload the Hydra.
All right.
And I'm going to kind of like roll out since I'm leaving this dude's area. He can't attack me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to shoot the other dude. And then I'm going to roll back and shoot this guy again with my action surge. If things go appropriate.
All right, action surge. That said, you probably won't have enough movement to get back into optimal range with the other guy. So if you do leave to go for the second individual.
Ah, that's fine.
All right.
I'll take the punk shot from a distance. But yeah, I am gonna roll out and shoot this dude headshot as well. But I'm reloading my shotgun while I'm rolling, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2 shells into this guy.
All right.
Headshot as well. And let's see. 23.
23 hits him.
30 points.
Whew. Yeah, and with that, splatter his head across the carpet.
And then, as I rolled, I went from right left-handing holding the shotgun. I'm just gonna go back and I'm just gonna point it at the dude and fire off the last shot.
All right, just spinning back on him.
Yeah. So he's just dazed. Oh shit! Boom. I'm a chance at headshot.
All right.
Oof, 12.
Unfortunately, doesn't hit.
Dang it. All
As
right,
is.
that's fine.
Scatters across his armor, but doesn't penetrate.
I'm not allowed to use another maneuver point, am I, during this round?
Yeah, you're able to. Fairly certain. There's no restrictions on how often you can do it, as long as you have the resources. Yeah, as long as you still have points.
Make him roll a wisdom save, and we will do suppressing fire.
All right. Wisdom save. That's going to be a natural roll. 13.
That does not. He fails.
So he is frightened of you.
Frightened. Yep. Finally. They work. They actually do work. That being said, I'm good. That's the end of my turn.
All right. So the end of Chauncey's turn. That brings us to Nuria. Nuria, you're still standing at the entrance to the room from the base of the stairs.
I'll have a catch up with the party.
All right. Well, I mean, you are already, I suppose, caught up with them in general, since you're in the vicinity of the battle, but you're over in one corner by Katara.
Oh,
Was that?
no, I just don't know what I want to do.
Oh.
Is anybody injured?
I don't know if
Anyone
anybody
injured?
sustained damage. Well, I suppose Katara and Nuria are the only ones that have taken damage at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We'll have a use treat wounds on ourselves.
All right. Oh, nice.
Alright.
I can't remember what I rolled on the explosive, but that might bring you all the way back up to full.
I think because she saved, she only took 8.
Yeah. All right. So you heal yourself and patch yourself back up.
10.
All right. So that's it for her turn.
Yeah.
All right. Back up to the top of the round. That brings us to Katara.
All right. So what's all going on at the moment? Like how many people are
Right now, there's only one guy left standing, and he is severely injured and also terrified and peeing his pants.
Oh. How far away is he from Katara then? Because Katara's still by the entrance.
Right. Yeah, he would probably be within 30 feet from you.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I just gotta look at something because I'm not gonna waste this. I'm not gonna waste this autumn. Where's it at? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have her run up to where she's like within 15 feet of the guy. Yeah, so she's gonna be within 15 feet of the guy, and I'm just going to, as a bonus action, expending a chem fluid to use flame spray.
All right.
And just wanna, what's my thing? Oh, okay, it's that. And let's see if this fits.
Wow.
Wow.
With that critical hit, you want to roll your damage? Crit damage?
That's do you even have to?
I still want to.
You really don't, but
26 flame.
alright, and so this poor guy who's severely injured, shot to all heck, and shell-shocked from the suppressing fire that has been coming his way. He's just got his arms around his head like he's trying to guard from every direction before he turns around and just gets a face full of flame. He's just like, and he collapses to the ground in the midst of trying to run away.
By the way, I forgot to do my advantage roll on him with the next attack earlier.
Oh, you totally
Doesn't
did.
matter.
Because, well, it doesn't now, but I was just thinking, I just now realized, I was like, wait a second, I had advantage from the hit stun. Even though I didn't have,
You know.
All
dumb.
right, yeah, you had advantage from the hit stun. Good thing
You
to
know,
keep in mind going forward.
I'm dumb.
Huh.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it this way because because for some reason in my mind I was like, oh, I'm two-handing something, which is my grenade launcher, right?
Hmm.
So I was sitting here thinking in my head, I can't cast this because I need one free hand to cast this. So I decided to bonus action use it instead of just using it as its cantrip.
Oh yeah.
Because for some reason I was going
Oh
into
yeah,
too,
you
like,
did have your action available, yeah.
Yeah, because I was going into too much of like a legitimate logic. Like I'm holding a two-handed thing, so I can't just be like, ha! And anything. Ugh.
we all make mistakes, obviously.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep that as a penalty. So that way I remember that next time. Oh man, I'm out of it.
All right. So, the way seems clear for now. You have eliminated this particular unit of troops, but you do still hear commotion throughout the facility. You do still have a few more floors to get up.
Quick scavenge of weaponry and ammunition.
All right. They were all wielding AKs, and so you can scavenge some 5.56 ammo off of them. Would amount to about in total between all of them 30 rounds.
Can I check out one of the AKs fast?
You could. It's a AK-74, pretty standard issue assault rifle. I don't know if you already have the stats for it,
I don't think so.
but it's a common weapon.
I'll
Okay.
be right back. I gotta turn the air on.
All right.
Could I do some scavenging for supplies?
Sure, go ahead and make a general investigation check.
Okay.
All right, 16. You take a look around the area. It is in an office sort of location, so you don't really find too much of immediate use. You do find some spare materials, some spare parts of various office tools that you might be able to use as one scrap material. But in terms of that kind of supply, that's all you really find. But exploring the general area, you do find a couple of other things of note. In fact, you do find on one of the desks that you're hiding nearby, there does seem to be a memo that strikes you to be of a little bit of concern, given the terms you're looking out for. It's just this little sort of handwritten note that just notes 5F key, and then in quotes OSS.
He takes that note and he's like, "Oh, it's a cipher. Fine." He just keeps. He takes it and he brings it to everyone else.
All right.
And shows it to them. I think this is a cipher.
That looks like the key.
You do.
Yeah.
You do also find, I should note while you're looking around, a terminal in this area that you can input commands into that seems to, or at least has a open line, sort of prompt for you to input keys into. There's a keyboard attached to it, but by the labeling you see on some of the interface on the screen that this terminal operates the doors on the 4th and 5th floor.
So 5F key OSS. That's what it said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put
so
in the chat there
OS
for the in the
Yeah,
roleplay
he has it
chat.
down in the chat.
OSS. Okay.
Okay, so what does the terminal say then? You said it says what we need, right?
No, it just has a prompt ready to receive inputs. It does not give you any additional information other than that it notes that it operates at doors on the 4th and 5th floor. You're currently on the 4th floor.
So is this like a 3-digit pin or something?
The prompt is sort of open. You could put in quite a few characters into it.
Okay. So this is a key for the 5th floor. 5F. So...
Well, the key does us no good without having the code to decipher.
Well, okay. Wait, what if this is just one part of it? I mean...
This is literally just one part of it.
Oh.
Yeah. This is the key. Now we need the code in which we need the key to decipher it. And then we can enter that into the terminal.
Okay. Okay. Should we look around?
Yeah, let's try to make it quick though.
Yeah, there's that's pretty much the entirety of what you find searching around this floor. There is another exit sign at another point that seems to bring you to another staircase which ascends the rest of the building.
Well, let's just continue on. We'll find it when we find it. I think we've scoured this place pretty thoroughly.
All right.
So here's a question. That text that Mr. G sent, does it have his phone number?
I mean, you guys would know how to get a hold of him.
All right, well, that's true. He's going to call Mr. G because things have gone down.
All right. Mr. G, you've got a call coming through.
Where the hell are you guys?
I was just about to ask the same thing. Where the hell are you?
I'm trying to fight my way through all these manifold goons. I was in the, and he's just gonna give you a floor and building. It's bullshit. Players know this. But he gives you a floor and room before he was at. It's like I was there when the bombing run hit. I'm trying to make my way back to the front lobby.
Here's an idea. Maybe you should make your way to where we're headed. We can rendezvous.
Where you headed?
It was out of character. It was like the West Tower or something, right?
Yeah. You know you're headed for Mr. Fox, was the general destination.
Yeah, because I didn't really say where we were going. I was just like, this is where we're going, follow me. And I kind of just went up an elevator.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. I don't think Kevin would know that specific details. He would just say, we're trying to find Mr. Fox.
That makes sense. They're probably trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm in the farthest building from him, so it's going to take me some time. Get there while you can. I'll be right behind you.
You would better be.
I'm trying, but stealthing my way through these guys isn't very quick.
All right.
Hold on, speaking of which, I gotta go.
I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Kevin just reports all this. He's like, Mr. G's... He'll be coming when he's coming. He's pretty far away. Let's just go on.
All right. So, at this time...
Is there anything else laying around that might be of use?
Nothing stands out to you. This is it looks to be an intelligence office, so there's a lot of paper, a lot of reports, a lot of books.
Sounds like you're saying I'm not intelligent.
Well,
I'm going up the
intel.
elevator. Let's go.
Well, you could go back up the elevator, but you do have another staircase available to you. The elevator shaft is a little precarious at this height. You would take a pretty sizable amount of fall damage if you were to fail at any point.
Oh, I got those rocket boosts. Gotta use. No, we're good. Yeah, up the steps I'll go.
So the staircase brings you all up to the 5th floor, and I assume everybody's following along with Chauncey and Kevin.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
I'm keeping keen ear and eye, just make sure nobody make sure as we're going up, there's no one following behind us potentially if there are other footsteps or if there's anything else going on up above. It's just keeping an ear.
Good to know. So keeping an ear out as you're moving along. The staircase brings you up to the 5th floor. You enter into the operations offices, where a number of agents sort of do their day-to-day work. There are actually a couple of loose cartons of ammunition lying around. You do find a carton that could give you 10 9mm rounds. Another one with 5 12-gauge shotgun shells. And also another one on another desk with 5 7.62 rounds for sniper rifles.
I'll take those.
I will also go through and reload my launcher.
All right.
I'm gonna reload my crossbow.
All right.
I don't know if I did.
I pretty much auto reload, so I'm not worried about it. But I do take those 5 shells.
All right.
Could I scavenge around for more non-ammo supplies?
Sure, make an investigations check.
Okay. Same roll as last time. Da, 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 da. Oh, yes!
All right, with that 23, again, being in office area, not too much, especially for this operations office in terms of non-ammo supplies. You do, however, find a good lay of the room. It's quite cluttered. Looks like a number of people might have left this area in a hurry, as either evacuation or on their way to the battle. You do find on the northern end of the office what looks to be a armored door that looks pretty solid, and you do find engraved into a small plaque on the adjacent wall the letters S, Q, and W.
Okay. He's gonna note that down on the key, that the piece of paper that had the key on it.
All right.
SQW. He's gonna tell everyone else. I found another piece of this cipher.
Okay.
So, out of character, generally, how many digits are we looking at here? Or is that just info you can't tell me?
Well, you have all the information you need.
Oh, well then. He's gonna look around for some sort of a keypad.
Looking around the area, there does not seem to be any keypad on this floor. No terminal or anything like that. Besides,
Wasn't there one on the last floor?
There was. There was one on the 4th floor.
He's gonna tell everyone. I think we have all we need. Well, I'm not certain, but I think we have the stuff we need for the cipher. So I'm gonna go back downstairs and see if I can't figure this out.
Okay.
All right. Then he's gonna hurry back downstairs to that keypad.
All right, so you go back down to the 4th floor, going down another flight of stairs, heading back into the Intel offices, getting to the terminal against one of the walls, and again, it's just open to that prompt. Ready for an input.
Chauncey's gonna just come down as well, just to cover and kind of see if I can assist him.
All right.
I'm gonna uncrinkle out my little piece of paper.
Okay. Key is OSS, and we're looking for SQW. Okay. E. Just a second. Okay, it was E. Y. E. Is that right? E-Y-I. It's I. Type in I. See what that. Oh, I typed that in.
All right.
I.
Type in the word I into the terminal.
Yes.
EY. And when you hit the return key, it processes for a moment before going and saying 5F northern door opened. Meanwhile, Katara and Nuria and Enyo up on the 5th floor, you see that armored door just slide aside, and it now is open to a northern hall.
All right.
Okay, that's good.
Kevin just looks up and grins. That did it. Let's head back upstairs. And he quickly hurries back upstairs.
All right. So you make your way back up. Again, hearing all of the tumult resounding throughout the facility. Katara and Nuria and Enyo, since you all were up there first, are you going ahead into that hall or waiting for the others to catch up?
Let's say waiting. Okay, no, it's if Enyo starts going forward, then Katara's just going to go behind. But if we're all just kind of waiting, then she's going to wait, but she's going to keep her eye on that door.
All right. So waiting and waiting, and then a few moments later, Chauncey and Kevin catch back up.
All right. Now that we figured that out, let's keep on moving, I guess.
So heading
really quick.
Uh-huh.
How many floors is the tower?
6 floors.
Okay.
So you're now on the 5th floor. You head into the northern hallway. It brings you down a long hall with a number of private offices along the left-hand side. At the end of the hall is a door with a stair symbol on the nearby sign, but the hall also rounds the corner left to more offices. But this stairwell door seems to be also locked. And you see, similar to the last door, engraved into a plaque on this wall, the letters UGFS.
UGFS.
Okay. Wait, we don't have a key for this.
Yeah, we do. You have the key.
But it's only 3 letters.
You just keep repeating it, brother.
Yeah, you keep repeating them.
Oh, okay. Okay. UGFS, okay.
I was going to say, since Katara was keeping an eye out, while Kevin's working on that, go ahead and make a perception check, Katara.
I believe that is... Yes, okay.
Uh,
18.
All right. So you keep watch. There are a number of sort of shaky moments where you feel the ground rumble as an explosion goes off somewhere. But nothing that seems to be close by. But you do notice as you're scanning around, there are a number of offices in this area, and you can kind of peer through some of the windows. You do notice that there is a pretty obvious memo on one of the offices closest to you, just laid out on a desk. Can't quite make out what it says on it from here, but you do notice that there is one in one of those nearby offices.
Kevin pipes up.
That we can access, right? Or...
Do you try the door?
yeah.
Alright, if you move for that office, yeah, you try the door. It does seem to open. It doesn't seem to be locked. And heading in there, you do see the memo with the words inscribed on it. 6F key. And then in quotes, cold ice.
So she comes out with the memo, and she's just like, 6F key is cold ice, and just puts the memo down. So they can see.
Okay. I found out the cipher for the other door. It's gone. Gone.
Okay. Did you try it?
I only just figured it out, so no. Do I have to go back down to that same terminal downstairs?
You don't see any terminals around here.
Kevin just sighs in resignation and heads back downstairs.
Well, why don't you stay down there and we'll radio to you?
Well, maybe so, but that's funny. He just shakes his head and he just heads back downstairs and once he reaches the terminal, he quickly inputs Garmin into it.
It takes another few minutes running back down. You're getting your cardio for the day, Kevin. Running all back down these stairs. A few minutes later, you are able to get back to the terminal. And you input gone into the query. And it processes a moment before bloom, and notes 5F stairwell door open.
Just radio in. It's good. It's open.
I thought as much. I'll be right back.
No.
Kevin,
Yeah?
as you're down here fidgeting with this terminal, you do hear some impending noise before... Well, go ahead and make a perception check, I'll say. See how much you're keeping your wares.
Alright.
It's cold. I don't know.
I see a bit.
Oh.
No, yeah, you don't quite notice
No.
until it's too late. Some commotion coming up the nearby stairwell before a door gets kicked in beside you, and you see that 2 more soldiers of the manifold variety have come onto this floor from a lower floor, from the same stairwell that you had come up from.
Okay, he radios in. I'm taking fire.
And as you say that, give a cursory scan of the room and see you standing out in the open by the terminal. And they signal to one of those, and point their AKs and start opening fire at you.
Okay, is there any cover nearby?
There would be, but none that you can get to quickly enough before these shots come for you.
I'm pretty sure that does not hit. No, it doesn't.
15 and 20.
That one hit.
All right. 20 deals. $17 points of piercing damage.
Wow, I underestimated these guys.
A bunch of gunfire comes your way. Just they start spraying through the office, and you start darting for the nearest cover.
That would be 56. Yes. Yeah. So now what?
So you've darted into cover. They're going to continue moving towards you.
Yes. That's. Is there any way I can make a run for the stairs?
Yeah, if you would like to. I would say if you make a full dash, you could probably get there, but they would give chase.
Oh, that's fine, as long as I'm closer to my allies.
All right, you make a run for the door. They take aim with their weapons, but there's too many obstructions, and they don't quite take their shot. They follow you and start giving chase into the stairwell, heading up to the 5th floor.
How many guys are there?
2 of them.
Okay. Could I have been heading down the steps when he... Could I have been heading down the steps when he said that there was people shooting at him?
Sure, yeah. Start making your way down.
I have an idea. That's right. Oh, that's good. Question about pressure bombs.
Right.
do these only activate when people are near them?
They activate when you use it. It is an action, I believe.
Oh shoot! We should work like a mine.
That'd be a different craft with your. There's the proximity mine that you could craft as a with your tinker's tools, but if you have at least if you have that one, yeah,
I didn't take that.
that'd be the purpose of such a thing.
He's just gonna continue.
All right. Continue upwards. They make their way into the stairwell, giving chase, aiming with their AKs up. They have a little bit of sight on you as they're giving chase, and you're going to have, I'll say, 3/4 cover against them, which is a +5 to your AC, but they're still going to try and take shots.
Okay.
It's a 22.
You said I have a +5 on my AC, right?
Right.
So the first guy matches, and the second guy obviously no.
Oh, so that actually still hits. If it matches, you take 18 points of piercing damage.
Blast it all.
As more shots just start shooting up the stairwell. But you manage to get to the top of it in the same time. Chauncey, you're able to enter into the stairwell at this point if you would like.
Oh yeah.
That's what 30.
I'm gonna go ahead and just like bull rush them a bit, and then pick off whoever I can.
All right, so you rush down the stairs. I mean, you could have decent line of sight on them looking down the spiral. At least better sight looking down at them than they have looking up. So you can take shots at them from the top if you have the range.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just punk some shots at him. I'm gonna whip out the saw.
All right.
And just yeah, but we're not gonna throw a headshot at it. Actually, so I'm gonna drop down at the top of the steps and I'm gonna throw that bipod out right quick.
All right, so you go prone on the steps. So you gotta wait for a bit as your line of sight is limited going down, but you just have to wait for them to start coming up to your staircase, and then as soon as they round that corner, just it's death funnel. Go ahead and roll some attacks.
That's a nasty surprise. Jerk's got what was coming to him.
Yeah, and Kevin, you just run up past Chauncey, seeing him setting up this turret mount at the top of the steps. What was that?
No. That's 9, that's 12. 12. Ooh. Ooh.
That just hits.
Oh. Get punked. Of course, that's gonna be full shots, so we got 5, 4, and 5 from that. 7. 24.
All right. So the first guy just as these bullets riddle him. He has suffered quite a few wounds, but is still standing.
Alright, yeah, so I just slide a little bit and aim at the other guy.
Alright.
I'm gonna send the same shot at him. $21.
Also hits.
$23.
Alright, also riddle that dude with bullets. As his blood is spattered against the walls.
So we're not really in initiative then, right?
No, it's sort of going by naturally, but you've exhausted about a turn's worth of actions. Is that all you're gonna do for now?
Yeah. That's all I'm
Is
gonna
anybody
do
else
for
getting
right now.
involved, or are you guys just leaving this to Chauncey?
Well, Kevin's gonna get involved here in a sec.
Okay, yeah, Kevin, you could take a quick action if you would like.
He takes out his crossbow and he takes a normal bolt and he aims it at one of these sad sacks who would just riddle with bullets.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
That's a 1d10 plus
Well, the
what
attack
modifier?
first.
Oh,
Oh,
authority.
yeah, for the attack, it would just be your mobility plus your proficiency. And then 1d10 plus your mobility if it hits.
Yeah,
Yeah, that hits.
and it's a 1d10.
Plus mobility.
Yeah, plus mobility.
All right. And this dude just gets impaled against the far wall and then just goes limp, hanging from that bolt. But the one guy remaining is going to take some shots up at the big threat, which is Chauncey, but he has disadvantage because you are prone, which doesn't hit either way. And Chauncey have a chance to retaliate after that. He fires some shots up, but just kicks up dust from the stairs, or sparks off of them. Take some more shots.
Take some more shots. 20.
Hits.
15.
Yep, and another one bites the dust as you gun this guy down, and he falls to the floor in a pile of his own blood.
Is it the other guy? So both are dead now?
Both are down.
Alright. Let's get these doors open. Let's go.
Which, yeah, by the way, with Katara and Nuria and Enyo, the stairwell doors that you were waiting by have been unlocked.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys moving on, or are you just waiting?
Hey, I'm gonna have Katara move on, just to kind of get like a lay of how things are while going up.
All right, so you head up the stairwell. Going up, it doesn't go up much to get to the 6th floor. But heading up this stairwell, you arrive at that door, and it opens out into what looks to be some sort of antechamber. It's a small square room with a large vault-like door, much larger than any of the doors you've encountered thus far, blocking the path ahead. Beside it is a terminal with a full alphanumeric keyboard that has its own prompt to input a password.
And she just radios this in,
all
just
right.
like, so really large vault door. It's got its own keypad up here.
Well, it's better up there than down there. I almost died for the last one. He says that sort of with a tone of irritation back to her.
All right, so the rest of you eventually are able to get caught up and bring the entire party up to the 6th floor. And this antechamber, Katara looking around and on your own for the brief time beforehand, yeah, you do see it does. The door coming in from the staircase is labeled as the Alphabet Soup offices. So you've got this massive vault-like door that is blocking your way forward, and engraved on the left-hand wall in large letters, you see EZPYMTJQL.
Please put that in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For a second, I thought it was gonna be easy peasy. It was gonna be like, oh,
What was the key again?
cold ice.
Cold ice, cold ice, cold ice, cold ice.
So when they get up here and Kevin, goes to do what he's been doing, seeing as there was an attack that happened downstairs, and and all that other stuff, she's going to stay by the door. She's going to stay by the door, and do I want her? Yeah, she's gonna stay by the door and keep watch.
So still staying in the room, or are you actually like stepping out into the stairwell?
She's staying in the room, but it's like she has her back against almost like a back against the wall, and is just like peeking out.
Okay, so you have like the door open, or just keeping watch on the stairwell.
Keeping watch on the stairwell, essentially. If anything, I'm gonna have her put away. I'm gonna have her stow the grenade launcher and pull out the scar, and just have that set and ready.
In the meantime, anybody else doing anything while this code is being worked out?
Oh, and she's also gonna kind of hint to like anybody who's standing like in the view of the doorway. I mean, unless you're working on the code, like to move to the side.
Is the card supposed to make sense?
What was that?
Is the card supposed to make sense?
So far, all of your... Yeah, they've all produced words.
That's what I got. Well, I probably did it wrong. That's what I got.
That's what you got? That's what I got.
Don't show it to me. I don't want to see it.
I was showing her. That's what I got. I have no freaking clue what that is.
That doesn't make sense at all. Well, for the first part of it does, but the last three letters don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way.
Did you, did Kevin get the same thing?
I'm still working on it.
Oh, that's the wrong letter. Okay, that was the wrong letter. I got it. I know what it is.
1,
Can I?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was definitely doing it wrong then.
Oh, you missed a letter. That's what.
Yeah, I messed the letter up by accident.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just go with that. I don't want to figure it out myself. I mean, I wanted the challenge, but this is game time. Okay, he inputs Clever Fox into the terminal.
I realized what I did wrong.
So, Kevin, you input Clever Fox into the terminal, hit the return key, processes for a moment before, and you see this massive vault-like door open outwards and allows you into what looks to be an open bullpen area with a grid of office desks lined throughout. Each desk has a letter designation, one for nearly every alphabet letter. Every desk is populated, some more than others. Some are crowded with papers, books, shelves, other signs of great use, while others are scarce with disuse and gathering a little bit of dust.
Okay, I'm going to once again investigate the area.
Alright. Another investigation check.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
natural 20.
So you find in Mr. G's desk.
Well, you actually would find with a natural 20 in your pretty thorough search that Mr. G doesn't actually have a desk. He's one of the letters that are missing. It seems that these desks are just sort of reserved for the alphabet soup personnel that spend a lot of time around Langley, and, well, you would know from how often you see him, Mr. G does not. So, you don't find a G desk, but you do find, like I said, many other letters of the alphabet, each with varying degrees of use. You do find, at sort of towards the end, at the far end on the left, at the very corner of the building, a room. There's another door that leads into what looks to be a debriefing room of sorts. It's a windowless room with bleak white walls. Beneath fluorescent lights is a steel table surrounded by metal chairs at the room center. And on the table is a small handheld sort of recording device. There are more chairs at every corner of the room as well, but other than that, it seems to be empty. Just a bleak little room.
If we shut the door, does it lock so somebody has to use the code again to get in?
The door, the big vault door that you guys came through?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one doesn't seem to shut on its own. Do you try to pull it shut?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you pull it shut, it seems to seal into place before you hear some pieces click into place. There is a terminal on this side that seems to operate it, but it doesn't seem as complex as the other one. It's more just a prompt, just a button.
Okay, you said there's a door at the other end of the room, though?
Yeah, so at the other end, near the corner of the building, is this debriefing room that Kevin seems to have found. Doesn't seem to have too much of interest in it, but Kevin, as you continue your search, you would take a peek into that room. And moving on, you do see that at the far end of the room, it rounds the corner into another hall. This one, a long hallway with sleek white compartments lining either wall. Each of these compartments has a number designation. They seem to be lockers of some sort. But you do notice, with your natural 20 critically succeeding investigation, that the tile floors on this particular hallway that you're about to round the corner into, the tile floors seem to take on a decidedly different appearance from the tiles in the prior chamber. These tiles are larger in size, darker in color, and have a layer of almost sort of glass-like material laid over top of them, and they seem to be more visibly segmented. Like there's essentially every tile is like a 5 by 5 foot sort of segment.
Okay. 5 by 5 segments. Got it. Alright, not sure why that's important, but he's going to continue through the room.
Oh, I'll also say, because of all the time between running back and forth between the offices and the various floors and whatnot, Katara, how long does your shell skin last?
It's like an hour.
Okay, so you're probably coming towards the end of that hour now. Yeah, you might be able to... you'd probably be maybe about 10 minutes out from that ending, I would say.
Okay.
So you're getting close to it. But, yeah, so, Kevin, you're continuing outwards into this hall?
Yes.
All right. So as soon as you step on the first tile floor, it compresses a little bit and lights up. A panel of ceiling above you slides open, and an intense arc of electricity just sparks downward. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Can I just make a reflex save?
This is a con save.
Oh, okay.
Kachiga.
All right, so you take half of this damage, because that it succeeds. So you take 12 points of shock damage as this electricity jolts through your system, and also gives quite a shock to your nervous system. I need you to make a wisdom save.
One moment. That's another one.
All right, that actually succeeds, and so your nervous system isn't quite overwhelmed, but you do feel just a sharp pain of shock go through your entire self. And
Kevin backs up.
Threatens to collapse you. But you back up, and that panel just uncompresses. Panel in the ceiling closes very shortly after it's shot its bolt of electricity.
So that's all there is here. There's these tiles that are like 5x5 segments.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just a long hallway of tiles, and actually make a perception check. And also these lockers that are lining the left and right walls. No, yeah, you don't notice too much beyond that.
Okay, he walks out and he's like, I don't know how to get past this hall. I just got shocked.
We all
Here.
just like standing there like, well, you should have waited for all of us to come see this. Just.
I thought I was standing there alone. I don't know. Am I?
We're all still shutting the door.
Push!
Doesn't take long to get
Big
the
ass door.
shut. It seems to be on a well enough swivel, but
is the door to the briefing room locked?
no. Kevin was able to go in. That's how he got the whole
okay.
description of it.
Could I do something here while I'm doing nothing?
Sure.
It's a function. It's what I have ignored until just now. It's repair. It
What do
says
you,
I can repair a small object or create a device to recover 1d8 HP plus mobility.
Well, that's only for constructs.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's for, yeah, if you could repair a construct for that amount.
Oh, well, shoot.
Yeah, you can't repair
Never
people. That
mind.
would be treat wounds.
I wish. I wish.
Treat wounds is for repairing people.
You're seriously about to repair yourself?
But if Chauncey's
what?
car
Shut
took
up.
some damage,
I mean,
Or Enyo.
oh yeah, that's
pretty
fair.
cool.
That's fair. You could probably heal Enyo with it.
you can repair my suit. Super suit. Can I get on the radio and speak with Fox? Attempt to reach Fox. See if he's still on the radio.
All right,
I can use Sweet Winds on you.
all right, Nuria, you're gonna use treat
Yeah.
wounds on Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right, and Chauncey, you try to get on the horn, try and get a hold of Fox, but you only hear
Yeah.
Foxtrot 2 respond. They're just like, oh yeah, we're still down here, holding the line. Seem to be keeping them at bay for now, but I think they might be circling back for another push.
Is the alphabet soup with you?
Yeah, the Alphabet Soup agents came in. They're helping us hold it. They've taken up all
Okay.
sorts of defensive positions. They know the lay of the land.
All right, let them take lead on this. They know it better than you. I'll fire back when I get more information. What's this? So, what's the lockers in this hallway? If we're all making our way to this locker,
Didn't you say there was like a debrief room with like a tape recorder or something like that, dude?
Yeah, there was one.
You know what? I was thinking about that too, and well, I'm gonna go back to that room and see if that tape recorder has any useful information on it, like a recording.
The tape recorder doesn't seem to have any cassette or anything inside.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
Let me see that tape recorder.
He hands it to Chauncey.
I drop it on that 5x5 square.
All right, you drop it on one of the tiles. It doesn't seem to be heavy enough to compress it.
We go back and grab one of the desks.
All right, you just drag it across the floor.
Yep, drag it across the floor and push it onto one of those platforms.
All right, it goes onto one of these tiles, compresses it into the ground, and again, that panel of roof opens up, and this device just sends down a little shock of electricity that leaves a scorch mark in the wood, and it almost has like a sort of webbing out pattern as if it was struck by lightning before the panel just closes back up.
Does it stay? The desk staying there, compressing it? Does it continue to electrocute the desk or no?
It does not. It just comes out for a quick, precise shock and then goes away. But the thing is still compressed.
Okay. I walk out on it.
You're climbing on top of this desk.
Either that, yeah. Depending on how big the walkway is, if I could go around the desk, either way.
You can go around the desk, but that would put you onto another tile that is not compressed.
Yeah, let's do that. The non-compressed one.
All right. So you step out onto the tile that's next to it.
This is a bad idea.
Depresses, and then above you, a separate panel of ceiling opens up. Another shot goes down. Chauncey, make a Constitution save.
Dang it.
$13.
13.
I probably
Don't you have
failed.
proficiency in that one, or as a soldier? Or
Oh wait,
was that,
yeah. Saving. Sorry,
saving
I just
throw,
did
yeah.
the. That's 8.
So that's plus.
So plus 5. So yeah, 18.
Okay, 18 actually brings it up to a success. So you have this damage. It's 29, so it brings it down to 14 points of shock damage. That goes through
I
you.
got lucky.
I need
got
you
lucky.
to make a wisdom saving throw. As the jolt threatens to overwhelm your nervous system.
Uh-oh. This is not good. A 1. How does that happen?
You just... a zap goes right through you, and you just go stiff as a board. And then just fall backwards. You are unconscious.
So, can I climb atop that desk and, let's see. I'm gonna use my rifle to poke at Chauncey. To try to poke him awake.
You climb atop that desk and poke him with your rifle. He seems to be fast unconscious. He is not waking up from your poking and prodding.
Are both those panels like compressed now?
Yeah, your feet are still kind of on it, and yeah, even though you fell backwards and are laying down, you've still got enough weight on your bottom half to compress that panel.
Oh my god.
So you've got the first 2 compressed, but there's a long hallway ahead. Kevin, you could see ahead of you that this sort of minefield of pressure plates goes on for about half of the hallway. The latter half of the hallway, way down in the distance, is not covered in these types of tiles. And then there's a door over on that end as well.
So Katara seeing this just looks down at Chauncey and is like, well, that sucks. Looks over at Kevin and then just looks at the hallway and then the table and goes, you know what? What if we were able to use these tables, right, as a means to start pushing down the hallway? So where the table is it's already compressed, right? So if we step on it, nothing else is really going to happen because it's already compressed. Keep our weight on it and start pushing the table down through the rest of these so it starts offsetting the ones in front of us, and then you just move down the hallway that way.
By the time she finishes this explanation, Chauncey Ura's awake.
Oh shit!
You missed the whole speech, but you're awake now.
She's like, "Oh, hello."
You know what? Kevin gets on the phone. He calls Mr. G.
Mr. G, you do not get. Oh, well, you get a call coming through, but I'm presuming you're not answering at this time.
Mr. G has his phone turned off. You go straight to voicemail.
Kevin he doesn't leave a message. He just, can you take another look to see if there's a trick to this?
Well, what are you looking for?
Like, is there a certain pattern that the tiles are in, or?
No, nothing of the sort. They're just, it looks to be about a 10-foot wide hallway, and they just go down for half the length of this long hallway. Just one after the other, all the floor is covered.
She repeats the plan to Chauncey once he's all settled.
Kevin pipes up and says, "I don't know. That sounds kind of chancy."
Well, close enough to Chauncey. Let's go.
Thing is, after the table and after the table's off the first tile, won't we have to step on it?
That's why Kevin. Kevin, that's why I said you put your feet on the tile before you move it, so that way it's still pressed down, and then you push.
So Chauncey's gonna grab the desk and stand on the tile that is compressing and push the desk forward onto the next tile.
All right, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but yeah, you're able to do so. Yeah, you can push this one forward. Pretty trivially enough, especially with your increased strength from this exosuit. You're able to push it onto the next tile. That tile flattens, and another spark shoots down, engraving some more lightning patterns into the wood. But then that seems to cease, and then it closes back up again. But now that desk, and the desks are pretty wide desks, so you could probably, with its full length, compress 2 more tiles at a time. But you are now have that one on the next 2 tiles ahead of you, and you're standing on the one that it used to be on.
So 3 tiles compressed at any given time.
Essentially.
Okay.
So, question: how many people can? Like, how wide is this hallway, and how wide are these desks?
It's about 10 feet wide. So essentially, one of these desks will occupy one whole lane. If you divide it up that way, and there's 2 lanes.
So how would we all make it across?
Follow behind. Single file. Everybody, nobody moves until somebody's there to stop the plate ahead of them from uncompressing.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. So somebody's gonna step on the same platform as I am now, and I'm going to shove this desk forward to cover the next 2 as I step forward and compress the one that it's one of the 2 that's compressing. So there's always going to be at least 3 compressed at any given time. You guys will fill in the ones behind me, and as the last person goes, it can decompress the panel because nobody's following us. So just keep trucking through, and that's what I'm gonna do. As long as everybody follows suit, we should be fine.
I like that idea. So before we go with that,
wait, what does Nuria and Enyo think of this?
They're just going along with whatever with the flow.
Chill in the back.
So with
Kevin really doesn't want to risk this.
So with that, real quick, before we start that up, Tara just wants to check out the lockers real quick, see if they're
Okay.
able to be opened or not.
Yeah, you can check out the
Wait.
lockers next to the tiles that are already compressed pretty easily enough. You can access those.
I swear,
Yeah,
if there's something in there for those tiles, I'm just gonna throw a fit.
they do seem to be. They're quite interesting. They're not like any lockers you've seen before. They're sleek in their design and they're white, and each one again has a sort of number designation in stencil type numbering along them. Yeah, it seems to be locked though, and you don't have any way of opening it.
Okay, so she just looks, she's like, these are locked. Or at least the ones, yeah, they're locked. I don't have a way to open this.
Are you sure all of them are locked?
Well, at least the ones where the panels are compressed.
And you see, actually, you don't see any physical locks on these. They all seem to be electronic locks. Just sort of like a scanner, basically, on each one.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're electronically locked, scanner based, it seems. I haven't seen anything like this before.
How the heck do regular CIA agents get through this? Wait. I think this just might be a defense system they just put up. Is there... Oh my god. Out of character, is there really no way to handle this?
I mean, we're handling it.
Chauncey,
we're
are you handling it?
it?
I
We
think
got
it's
it.
a terrible idea.
I mean,
So-
you're thinking it's terrible, but it's working. So it's probably not even the way that
We haven't
we're
even
having.
tried it yet.
What's the marching order that you guys are going to attempt this in, since you guys are going in single file?
That's
So I do want...
Chauncey, whoever the hell wants to follow.
So
Yes, Chauncey up front.
I'm essentially going to keep Katara at the back because I still want her to watch out
All right.
and keep watch.
So keep and
So-
watch. Katara being vigilant in the
Kevin-
back.
Kevin's gonna be right behind Chauncey.
All right. Kevin, you got your hand on Chauncey, single file behind him.
Oh yeah, he's clinging to him. He's like, oh no, 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 no.
We've both been shocked by this and I'm passed out. Trust me, I wouldn't risk it if I didn't feel I wasn't gonna get shocked again. I don't feel like I'm gonna get shocked again. I think we're good.
Enyo and Yuri are probably somewhere in the middle.
All right, Enyo and Nuri in
So,
the middle, and Katara.
just as Katara at the back. So just as like a real quick reminder, so it's the way that it's being done is as one goes forward, the person behind on whatever previous tile is there is going to essentially put their weight on that tile that the other person already has weight on for them to move forward, and then we're just going to keep on going forward like that.
Right. So yeah,
So-
nobody takes their foot off a tile until the last person is onto it.
Yep. Okay.
The
Is
desk
essentially
is
what-
covering up these two tiles,
Yeah.
and I'm currently here. So whenever I push forward, it's going to push the desk onto the next half up here, and I will step forward as long as somebody's here on this one previous. So these
Yep,
the
okay.
spot and the desk will keep going forward, covering two panels at one time, and I'll be stepping onto this one as this one's coming off.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll just keep progressing forward, always keeping the panels depressed.
All
Compressed.
right. Sounds good. So you
Cool.
push that desk forward, depressing the next one. Little lightning strike into it, and then going forward another tile. Each person keeping their weight on the previous one. One by one, you move across, triggering each pressure plate, but just for the one bolt. And as long as you guys keep all of those pressure plates compressed, doesn't come out for another strike. So one by one,
Okay.
you move, triggering the next one in succession one at a time, but none of the previous ones seem to spring back up again as you all keep your weight on the person that is next in line. And eventually you all are able to make it across this gap.
Now,
Yeah.
when Katara steps off a platform onto the next one, does it go back to the way it was? Being that she's at the tail?
How do you mean? Like,
because we kept them pressured.
right.
Do they react back when she steps off? Like,
Yeah, every
clicking
time.
back in the
yeah,
trigger?
every time there's nobody. Whenever there's nobody or nothing applying weight, the pressure plates just pop right back up. So
Okay.
when she steps off the last one, all of the plates are back into the position you first found them in.
All right. So what do we have at the other end of this hallway?
The other end of this hallway, you
Just wait.
just have one fancy, sleek, modern design looking door in front of you. Bright, and with an engraving of a fox in it.
Please.
Open the
Please.
door.
When we look at this door, please, is it able to be opened or is this electronically locked?
You reach for the
Let's
handle,
just try opening it.
reach for the knob, and turn the door. So, a few minutes earlier,
Oh my gosh!
Mr.
I
G,
knew you.
Yeah.
you close the vault door behind you as you enter into the Alphabet Soup offices. With you is Elliot Walker and Aiden Sampson. The three of you walk in unison through this bullpen. You come across this hall of pressure plates, but you know very well that as long as they're walking within a few feet of you, that these traps will not go off.
Stay within 5 feet. Don't wander.
You walk down the hallway and make it to the other side, and then turn over into the door that you know leads into Mr. Fox's office. Walker looks at the design of the door and says, I trust this is his place.
Yep.
You've done well.
I don't fail.
Any other tricks we need to know about in here?
Ideally, tripping those traps would be the only thing that would be preventing anybody from coming in. Oh, also, getting past the entire alphabet soup is kind of the biggest set of security.
Indeed.
But you don't need to worry about that. I'm here. I've got access to this whole facility.
Good. And he...
That
his
was the only trap before the room, right?
Yeah. With his gauntleted hand, just opens the doorknob, pushes into the room. You enter into an immense and tall chamber with gray granite tile floors. Immediately beyond the entrance is a waiting area with leather benches and glass coffee tables to either side. To the right is a wall that seems to be composed entirely of steel, and to the left are tall windows, but given the lockdown, they are covered by metal shutters currently. An array of recessed ceiling lights shine down from above. Ahead is a dual glass staircase with shiny metal handrails leading up to a higher platform. Across the wall between those staircases are 3 display cases, each containing what look to be some sort of old spycraft memorabilia. Walker steps forward, seeing this open, surprisingly fancy, homey area, looking around, taking in just the design of the place. Sees this twin staircases on either side going up to a higher platform. Continues walking. Aiden, his mask down, trailing behind.
G has goggles down.
All right. All of you march up the stairs up to a higher platform. On the second platform, you see the floor here is glass. And towards the far wall is a wide and imposing black desk with an array of computer monitors facing inward. Seated in a leather chair at the desk is Mr. Fox. Much of the right-hand wall is covered by a large, squeaky clean mirror. The left wall also, again, those windows covered by shutter. Go ahead and make a perception check, Mr. G.
So mad right now. So mad. So mad.
Minimum of 15.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
20.
That is the exact amount you needed to notice a light haze that seems to be permeating the entire chamber. Some ceiling lights on this second floor platform seem to shine in a different hue and direction than some of the other recessed ceiling lights.
Trap.
That's all you notice. But you see Mr. Fox stands from his desk as he sees the party approaching.
I'm just going to lean in close to Aiden and say, something's not right.
Mr. Fox steps out in front of his desk and leans against it and says, I should have known it would be you. Looking at you, Mr. G.
Mr. G does not reply.
Well, if ever there'd be somebody capable of dealing me the finishing blow. Walker stays at the center of the party and sort of is front and center. He says, "Oh, it is not him your affairs with. It's been quite the game you have woven." Yeah. I don't think I've played the last of my cards quite yet. Well, I've come here for one purpose, and now that purpose is before me. Let's not waste our time. This war ends here. Mr. G. And he wills you to shoot Mr. Fox.
I go invisible.
Alright, you sort of these panels on your suit just light up before turning transparent, and with your hood over your head, the entirety of your form just disappears.
And a shot rings out from behind Mr. Fox.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
Nat one. Double nat one.
That'd be hard on a advantage, but this be the time.
Possible.
This be the time. Headshot.
Come on, Blue Moon.
$19, 30 to hit, 19 crits.
True. So, get up behind this with the Muramasa,
Muramasa.
and all of a sudden, from an invisible point in the room behind Mr. Fox, there's as a muzzle flare comes out from nowhere and strikes through Mr. Fox's head. You see him, interestingly, fall over backwards from the shot that comes through the back of his head instead of forward, like you would have expected as a natural reaction. He falls over backwards and then freezes mid-fall in place. His image blinks in and out for a second before fading entirely. Then you hear Mr. Fox's voice boom throughout the entire chamber. Lifelike, isn't it? Technology has come so far since I was a field man. I felt something was amiss, and I know better than to underestimate my worst opponent. Now that the queen is in my domain, it's time my knights take her. At that moment, all of the lights in the room go dark everything is all of a sudden pitch black. Walker is looking about, unsure of what to make of all that's going on, and then smirks to himself, just, And at that point, Walker goes back to the edge of that platform, placing his hands on the rails and looking out on the lower platform and not seeing any activity. And he's just like, what are you talking about? And as he words that sentence, the door opens and the rest of the party enters in. All of you see Walker standing at the edge of the upper platform with his hands on the rails, with Aiden at his side. And seeing
and
you.
Mr. G walking up behind him.
Actually, they don't see you. You're invisible. Well, you were at least. Yeah, you're not invisible anymore.
Yeah.
Kevin, okay, before you continue, Kevin, actually continue first. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited.
But you see Walker with his
Mr. G
hands on the
walks up
rails above you. Mr. G walks up from behind. Mr. G and Aiden standing on either side of him, and he says, I see the cavalry has joined us. No matter. I have some surprises of my own. Aiden, Mr. G, kill them all. Prioritize Mr. Fox if you find him. That
I
being
just
said,
toss a grenade.
Kevin, before he does anything, he looks up at Aiden and he sees Aiden, he goes pale. He sees Mr. G, he's like,
does Mr. G come out of cloak?
yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Mr.
I'm not invisible at this moment. Because,
Okay.
Yeah, so he walks up completely within.
Right.
Well,
If you want to
when
describe
he
Mr.
walks
G.
up- yeah. So when he walks up, he's wearing an outfit you have never seen before. It is a completely sleek black. It's a wingsuit. It's got under his arms these fabric folds that are kind of pinned to his chest that he can unfurl to take flight. But it's completely sleek black with like these hexagonal patterns all spread over the fabric. He's got this large hood that comes over with these goggles that are down over his eyes. His normal black face paint that he wears in the motif of the skull has been replaced by a completely white skull face paint. And his the opening of his suit is open just enough that you can see on his chest is this glowing red orb.
That is where we're going to start next time. So, I think fair to say, next time we're starting with initiative right off the bat.
or a dialogue between Kevin and characters.
I think shots are happening.
I already said I was throwing a grenade. so,
Yeah, you're getting ready to
He's
throw a
just like,
grenade.
It was like Katara goes in. Walker's there. Then it's Aiden. She's like, "Dad, I haven't seen you in a while." And then it's Mr. G pops out, and then it's kill them, but prioritize Mr. Fox. Katara, oh word?
All right,
I
so
was just gonna say the second that Walker says the cavalry has arrived, Chauncey just be like, "You're damn right," and that's just it. That's all from there.
all right.
It's just like
So
guns come flinging out everywhere.
Three different guns go off safely at the same time.
all right. So next week we'll pick up from that cliffhanger. Also, I love Brenny the Dragon Slayer just reacting to all this in chat as this is going on. You've seen it here first. So,
Yep.
Next time, we'll pick up with this massive combat encounter in Mr. Fox's office. Until then, we'll see y'all later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams. All of the good things.
you.